What's up, everyone? I'm Kerbis. I'm going to do a Let's Go Pikachu any percent speedrun, and I've got two of my friends here with me. If you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick.
I'll go first. Hi, I'm Greta.
Hi, I'm Swiftaloo. I started speedrunning this game in January 2020. I last speedran this game in January 2020. I've only speedran this game once.
She's got a lot of experience.
I do run other Pokemon games, so I do have a very familiar understanding of the mechanics. And I've
You
watched
know.
Kerbis enough, I think.
Yeah, we're good. We
Pokemon
all run
experts over
Pokemon
here.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally the professors of the game.
that's us.
So I have to boot the game up here because I set my switch time to a very specific time, and I'll explain why I did that a little bit later when it's relevant. But we are actually going to start the run right now. Okay, and I didn't forget Greta. I'm going to pick the third girl character.
You remembered.
I did remember.
Look at you.
See, she's underrepresented because there's 8 different characters you can pick, and she takes the most inputs to scroll over to, so we're gonna lose frames, but give her the representation she deserves.
She does deserve it. It's time.
Here we go. 3.
Prioritizing.
Oh! I picked the wrong one, but that's fine.
Oh,
That works too.
That's classic Joy-Con malfunction right there. Best controller ever made.
Absolutely.
Joy-Con drift? What's that?
Too good.
Never
Too good.
heard of it.
Okay, so this game is very weird and very unique. Most Pokemon speedruns you watch, you're going to see them pick a starter, usually a water starter, and they're just going to kind of use that for the whole game and catch a couple other Pokemon to use some HMs like Fly and Surf, and that's about it. But in this game, we actually have to catch a lot of Pokemon for one very important reason, and that's every gym has a requirement to be able to challenge it. And one of the gyms has a requirement of catching 50 unique Pokemon. So we have to do that. First 2 hours of the run. Gonna change my settings here, just like making the text speed faster and turning the battle animations off and stuff. Typical stuff. But a really cool thing about this game, the starter in this game, is that it will always have perfect IVs, which... Swift, do you want to explain what IVs are for anyone who might not know?
So, IVs in a Pokemon game are basically like bonus points that are added to your stats. It can range from 0 to 31. And the higher it is, the better your stat will be. The more points you'll have, which means you'll do things like more damage, or you'll take hits for less, just stuff like that. And this game is really unique in the way that your starter will always have like those fixed IVs, and it just helps with like not having some randomness to it, even though Pokemon is an RNG game and you would expect it to be really, really random. But the most amount of randomness you're probably gonna see is like catching instead.
Yeah, and not only does the Pikachu have perfect IVs, but it actually has higher base stats than a normal Pikachu would have. So it actually has stats closer to what a Raichu would normally have, and that's useful because this Pikachu is not allowed to evolve. It kind of takes after the Ash's Pikachu in the TV show, and it refuses to evolve, so it has buffed stats to compensate for that instead. So the only way the stats are going to vary, there's 2 ways actually. The first is the nature. Every nature a Pokemon can have is going to boost one stat by 10% and decrease another stat by 10%. Most natures are runnable. Every nature is runnable, really, but most natures are like pretty much equally good. In case I happen to get a bad nature here, I'm going to check in a minute. I do have a backup file that I'm going to use if it's a bad one, but chances are we will have one that is fine. And actually, I'm just gonna check that in a second. But the other way stats can vary is something called AVs, which we can explain in a little bit. Doesn't have to be right this second. But they're basically just stats, little boosts that get added to your stats every time you level up. And they're kind of random. So my rival is going to take this Eevee. I'm going to check my nature. It is quirky. That's funny.
Oh my God. Hey, I was
So-
right.
You were right.
I asked these two what nature they think I'm going to get before we went live. Swift did say quirky. So Psychic confirmed.
You
and-
did it.
Also, the backup file I had was a quirky Pikachu, so it was just a quirky kind of day, I guess.
Listen, it's nearly 10 in the morning, and I don't know how much sleep I got last night. I slept past my alarm. I'm feeling pretty quirky right now.
Perfect. So, gonna talk to our mom here. She's gonna tell us how cute Pikachu is.
I don't blame her.
Also, little fun fact, I think this is a male Pikachu. You can kind of see the tail. Pikachu's,
I believe it is.
if they're female, they'll have a heart-shaped tail. Yeah, I think this is boy.
I'm
So,
not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention to the intro cutscene.
yeah, I didn't either.
No.
I mentioned that I need to catch a lot of Pokemon, but those two Pidgeys right there, I'm going to purposely avoid because it is just not time yet. There's a pretty specific plan for when to catch Pokemon and what Pokemon to catch. There's a time and a place for everything, and it varies from run to run, but there's like a strategy we've got. So those Pidgeys, we don't want them yet. I will almost definitely get a Pidgey at some point in the run, though. And that little option there in the like original versions of this game, like yellow and red, you had to just walk back to Pallet Town, but they give you the option to teleport back. And if you happen to say no, that's a pretty long walk of shame. But I think I've only ever done that one time.
I don't think I've ever done that somehow.
Yeah, because like when you mash text, I always mash A and B in most parts of the game, but on that little section, I only mash A because I'm so terrified of
I'm so terrified.
pressing
Dude,
B and canceling the teleport.
I do that with yes, no options in other Pokemon games. Like, if
Yeah.
I need to pick yes, or if I need to pick no, then I mash whichever button will give me the correct one. Like, for Lane, I'll mash no or yes.
It's
There.
kind of funny because a lot of text boxes, like yes or no option text boxes in this game, you can't say no just by pressing B. You actually have to scroll down
You
to
have to
no and
scroll
press A.
down.
Yeah. So, but that happens to be one of the ones where pressing B actually works to say no. So, kind of annoying.
How convenient for us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Game Freak.
So, this fight is like super consistent. If you're playing Let's Go Eevee, there are a lot of bad things that can happen on the first rival fight. Like you get paralyzed by the Pikachu and you're like slower than it sometimes, and it gets wild. But Pikachu almost always has a easy 4-shot. It has really good stats. It can 3-shot the Eevee, but that doesn't happen too often.
Just one of the many reasons to pick Pika over
That's
Eevee.
right. This is a
There.
I'm slowly turning the Let's Go speedrunning community into a Pikachu fan club.
Absolutely.
Eevee used to be the dominant version to run, but we've flipped things around. Pikachu's much more popular these days. And
I disagree.
Swift Swift is our Eevee representation.
Yeah, we gotta
Okay.
have her.
There's a lot of Rattatas trying to run into me. Once again, I want to avoid them for now. Route 1 Pokemon, they're just too low level. They don't give you very much experience. Also, that's something that's actually different than a lot of Pokemon games. Like the newer Pokemon games, you get experience when you catch Pokemon instead of just from fights or like fighting wild Pokemon. And this game is particularly unique because catching Pokemon actually gives you a lot more experience than fights do. So the experience you get from catching Pokemon is very important to make sure Pikachu is keeping up with the level curve.
Yeah, this game is pretty unique. It's the only game that does not have a wild battle system. It's kind of based on the Pokemon Go mobile app game. And the only way you can get EXP outside of battling is through catching. Also, this is the first game to have like Pokemon spawn in the overworld, and you can even see shinies. And I'm sure, knowing Kerbis' luck, we're gonna see a shiny or something.
Hopefully we will. You
That'd be
have to
cool.
catch it, okay? You have to.
We'll see.
You have to.
But as he was saying about like avoiding Pokemon, since he has to catch 50 Pokemon, generally, from what I've seen in these runs, you try to go for that Pokemon later if it's close to evolving. That way you knock out like 2 birds with 1 stone. You can evolve them pretty much immediately. Especially since you're gonna have to evolve quite a few Pokemon to get to that 50.
Yep. Yeah, we're
minimum.
probably going to catch somewhere in the ballpark of 20-something Pokemon, and the rest will come from evolutions.
Yeah, luckily those count as catches, and the game doesn't know any
Yep.
better.
It's just having like 50 unique Pokemon registered in your Pokedex as being caught, as like you owning them. So we're actually going to come up on the first section here soon. I have one more fight, but then I'm going to come up on a section where I catch a few Pokemon. And you're going to see me do something kind of bizarre. And that is, I'm going to just summon another trainer from another realm. I don't know. They're just going to drop out of the sky. And
As you do.
Yeah, as you do. And they're going to
As
help.
any trainer would.
Yeah. They're going to help me out in a
Nice.
few ways, like, throughout this run. When I'm catching Pokemon, you can use 2 controllers, and it's meant to be like a 2-player, just like little fun feature, but when you throw a Pokeball with 2 different trainers at the same time, you have a much higher chance of catching the Pokemon, and they also give you more experience for the catch. So it's something we utilize for almost every catch in the game, basically wherever possible, just to, again, keep up with the experience curve, because it gets pretty hard if you don't. We used to do runs with just 1 controller, and we wound up having to use a lot of rare candies and do a lot of extra stuff to make sure Pikachu was strong enough. So there are a couple exceptions to that. The first of which being I can't use 2 controllers if I don't have 2 Pokemon in my party. So, okay.
It's a nice Pikachu, you should catch that.
So
Yeah.
this first catch, I have to do 1 controller, and should be fine, but sometimes they like to break out.
You'll notice here as well that he's catching a glowing bug. Now I know this is very important in Eevee to catch a glowing bug. I hope it's important in Pikachu too, otherwise I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
It's not important, but it's helpful. So
glowing Pokemon, so they can either be told like, oh, it's huge, or oh, it's small. And it's supposed to like be something a little fun, and it gives you a bit of bonus XP. But he wants that, especially since EXP can be a little bit tight, especially for this upcoming Brock gym, because we want like double kick as well as just some EXP, I'm guessing, for just some safety.
So if you play Pokemon Go, you kind of know how this stuff works, but I'm trying to throw the ball when the shrinking circle is like at its smallest point. It's another thing that it increases the catch rate if you get an excellent throw when the circle is tiny, and it also gives you more experience, just like the 2 controller catches. So
You can just see Pikachu leveling right up there for 2 levels. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So we're going to get Double Kick, which is a move we're going to use a good amount in the early game here. For Eevee, it's super important to get these levels because you need Double Kick to beat Brock. But for Pikachu, we're going to use a friend to beat Brock instead. I'm going to catch an Oddish on this next route. And Oddish has really high special attack, and Brock's Pokemon have really low special defense. So, and Oddish is super effective against them both. So Oddish is actually a much better option. It's one of the advantages, one of the smaller advantages that Pikachu has over Eevee version, because Eevee just has to go in with double kicks, and it's a few extra turns to do that fight.
Something else too about Oddish is that you really need to catch it because the gym requirement to enter is either you need a grass type or a water type, and this is really our only option.
That's right. And in Eevee version, it's a Bellsprout, which is, I think it gets like Vine Whip or something, which is a physical move, so it's not as good against Brock's Pokemon because they have really high defense. Even though it's super effective, it winds up not being like as good. Eevee can
Oddish
handle the fight better.
Oddish gets Absorb, which
Mhm.
is like special attack versus the physical attack, and I'm not gonna lie, Bellsprout is pretty weak.
So I could have caught an Oddish in the forest here, but it would have been level 7. If I catch one out here, it's level 9. And the level 9 one has a much better chance of one-hit killing both of Brock's Pokemon compared to the level 7 one. And also the level 9 one will just give me more experience. So it's a big benefit. You can wind up coming out here and not seeing one, then you kind of have to reload the area, but thankfully we got one right away, so that worked out nicely.
Yeah, there's even 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that I did that we didn't mention is I picked up an item in the forest and used it right away. It was a lure, which, if you're familiar with repels in Pokemon games, it's the exact opposite. It causes more Pokemon to spawn, wild Pokemon, and it also makes sure that those Pokemon are going to be like their maximum level on that route. So like every route has a range of levels that Pokemon can be. In the forest, it's like 3 to 6, I think. And with the lure up, it takes their max and adds 1 to it. So every Pokemon that spawns while the lure is active will be level 7. Instead of that 3 to 6 range. So it's really good. We'll use lures a lot.
I hate to interrupt you, but looks like someone has a question. Which version is the best version?
Wow. As we were saying, a lot of us here in these parts, we tend to prefer Pika, but Swift, see her mascot is Eevee, so she's a little bit biased.
Just a
but
little.
We know the truth. It's Pika.
So
I disagree.
your rival's a real homie in this game. He just gives you random items like all the time. Gave me 5 potions there, which are pretty nice. Means I don't have to buy any.
Yeah, he's more of a friend than a rival, honestly.
That's fine. He does replace Gary or Blue in the original games because this is a remake of Pokemon Yellow, and Gary and Blue will show up in the game, but
Yeah, this
he's
is like
your rival more.
a weird alternate timeline Pokemon Yellow where Red and Blue exist as characters, but they're older, and you're for some reason playing through like the same story that they did in Yellow. It's weird.
History repeats itself.
Yeah. So, talking to that assistant at the front of the gym was just him confirming that I have a grass or water type Pokemon. And you might have noticed I switched my Oddish to the front of the party. So, Oddish is actually going to take on not only this fight, but a couple more fights. And then we'll kind of ditch him. But Oddish puts in good work. Does good things for us. One hit kills that Geodude. I'm going to have a chance to one hit KO this Onix, but it's not guaranteed at level 9. Just depends on this Oddish's special attack. Because unlike the Pikachu, it does not have fixed stats. Yeah, it didn't get it. It's like not in your favor at level 9, I don't think. But that's okay.
That's definitely changed from the last time I saw this. I remember this being a double battle.
Yeah,
Can be, but
it's a strat to do a double battle, mostly if Pikachu is like low on experience, because when you're actually in the fight, you get more experience than if you're just in the party getting passive experience. But yeah, this Pikachu has plenty of experience. I pretty much tend to always just solo it with Oddish. It can always work out one way or another. Yeah, the double fights are... We actually didn't mention that. You can bully people in this game, and I'll do it later.
you really can.
You can... The same way I brought in the second controller for catching Pokemon, you can do it for fights too, and you can just 2v1 any fight you want. So anytime there's like a particularly difficult fight, we just bring in the second controller, and it makes things consistent and faster and amazing. You don't want to use it all the time because it takes time to bring in the second player and take them back out, but on hard fights, sometimes it's straight up faster to do that. Alright, so I'm gonna have my first shopping trip. I always have to focus really hard when I do shopping, so I'm gonna be quiet for a minute.
You are going to see him buy some, I believe, are you going to buy, I think he's going to buy some X items here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So X items in this game, oh boy, they're very
They're
different from Gen 5.
busted. They're so
They
good.
are they are very, very good. They're also not that expensive, which is really crazy. But basically what um these items do is previously, before Gen 7, they used to raise your stat by whichever one you buy, so like an X special defense would raise it by 1 stage, which is basically the equivalent of just like Calm Mind or something. Now, it raises it by 2 stages, and
But it costs the same as before.
yep, and for reference, the max amount that you can raise like any of your stats by is 6 stages. So having it by 2 stages is already like 1/3 of the way there, which is crazy. I see that Mankey.
Yep, we're gonna catch that Mankey. So, like, this route and the route immediately after Mount Moon are the only places in the game that you can catch a Mankey, so... We're not gonna be able to level this one up, because you have to level it up so many times to evolve it. But we're gonna catch it just for the one Pokemon. And I do have a tracker that I use to help me keep track of how many Pokemon I've caught. Because it's very important to hit that 50, like I was saying earlier. You guys don't have it on stream, but I have it running in the background.
Someone see it?
Yeah. I can
It
keep
says
you guys up to
just in
date.
your head.
Yeah.
My content experience, streamer.
See, I remember the time when I first played this game, I didn't know how anything worked, and so Kerbis was the one who kept track of my mons for me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Oh yeah, he avoided a spinner that was rotating around there, by the way. And fun fact, like, even though you have another trainer, that other trainer, like, doesn't really count as a trainer on the field. Like, it can't interact with Pokemon, it can't interact with trainers, only the main character can, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, but they take up space, so like, if that trainer runs into a Pokemon, it'll hit it, but it's not gonna actually do anything, and the same goes for like, if a trainer's walking towards you, that other trainer will like stop it in its tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just push it. It'll push the Pokemon. It's kind of funny.
Alright, there's Jesse and James. We're gonna see them a lot in this game. You actually might have,
really?
if you were paying close attention, you might have saw them earlier, but they're just like up in the corner of the screen for a split second when you're getting the package to deliver to Professor Oak.
I actually didn't know that. I thought you were gonna say about the Meowth that's like sitting atop the Mount Moon entrance.
Oh yeah, that too. So
yeah, one of the weird things about Meowth is that it doesn't talk, like it doesn't
yeah,
anime. It's really weird.
Unfortunate, but that's okay. Minor things. So this Oddish can do this fight in the same number of turns as Pikachu, and Oddish is going to be better for the next fight, so we just leave Oddish in for all 3 of these fights instead of swapping Pikachu back in just yet. We'll do that later, a little bit later. So Jesse and James, we're going to be trailing them all through Mount Moon here. They are looking for the goods, and we got to get there before them.
They're gonna steal Pokemon otherwise. We can't let that happen.
Alright, we're going to come up on another catching section. So I picked up a lure on that last route once again, so I'm going to go ahead and activate that right now. Well, first I'm going to do some things. I'm going to take these Pokemon out of my party that I don't want to evolve. And I'm going to teach Pikachu this Headbutt TM, which we got from beating Brock. And this move is busted. It's 70 base power, and getting a 70 base power move this early in the game is just ridiculous. Most other moves, like at this stage of Pokemon games, are usually like 30 or 40 base power.
It's really good on Eevee because of Stab.
That's right, yeah, because Eevee's normal type, so it gets extra power from that. So, okay, I have a glowing Geodude here. This is good. I want to catch that. Hoping that I see a Paris and Clefairy at some point in Mount Moon as well. Those are the 3 things that I always really want to get.
Yeah, because one of the requirements, or the only requirement, for the next gym we're facing, you need something to be level 15, so all these catches are really helping us get there.
Yep. So I'm probably going to get my Metapod and Kakuna evolutions here. Yep. So they're both going to evolve right now, and I can ditch them because they'll be fully evolved.
Just don't press B.
Yeah.
I've done that too many times.
See, like, when I want to say no to learning a move, I have to press down and A instead of pressing B. It's kind of annoying.
I always mess that up, and then I just start teaching. I'm like, I'm not supposed to do this. And then I'll exit out, and then I'll do it again, and it's just a cycle.
So for those wanting the update, we now have 11 Pokemon out of the 50. So we're doing pretty good.
We're getting there.
Also, evolution animations take so long, and it's really funny. Sometimes you get put in situations later in the game where like 4 things level up all at the same time and they all evolve, so you just have like literally 2 minutes long of evolution animations. It's good stuff.
This is a fast game. It's actually a really cool speed game. Like, I don't mean to bag on it. It's actually a really, really cool speed game. Just because, like, the management of Pokemon and having to sort of route on the fly around that, depending on what you get, is really interesting and really unique and makes pretty much every run really, really cool to do.
Nice, we got the double Moonstone. Okay, so this is why I set the clock to a particular time. I set it to 11:34 so that I could pick up that Moonstone, and then in this game, when it hits midnight, some items respawn. Sometimes, it doesn't always work. So if I'm able to get to that room and pick up the Moonstone before my clock hits midnight, and then it rolls over to midnight while I'm still in the room, I can get 2 Moonstones instead of 1. And that's just gonna help me for my catch count, because I can evolve 2 things later. So it's just, you know, 1 extra closer to the 50 that I need. Makes things more lenient for me, as far as like other things I need to catch. Alright, so seeing a bunch of Geodudes and Zubats. I don't want to catch a Zubat, because I'll catch one later that can evolve. But we really want at least a Paris or a Clefairy, preferably both of them. We're starting to run out of time for that, but we'll see.
Clefable!
No, no Clefable, please.
Clefable!
You gotta get the Chansey.
I'm even gonna reload this room if one doesn't spawn. Geodudes. Zubats. Yeah, just for safety, I'm gonna reload this room, and I'm gonna get at least one of Paris or Clefairy. I won't leave without them. Come on.
Nothing, just...
Paris, okay.
Oh, Paris. Yeah.
And I really want to do it before my lore runs out. It only lasts for so many steps, and it's only going to last for a few more steps here, so... Get this Paris now. And I'm waiting for it to attack, because if you catch a Pokemon, like with the first ball that you throw... I got impatient, and of course it punished me. Always happens. If it's the first ball you throw, you get a little bonus multiplier on your experience. But that's okay. It's minor.
Oh, and something we didn't mention about this, hopefully it's not going to come up. The Pokemon in this game can run away from you.
Yeah.
If you're taking too long, they're just going to dip.
Yep. It's not fun.
No, especially there are some other categories we do of this where we go for mons that are less likely to appear, so it's like a 1% chance, and then they appear, and then they just run away, and oh, it's a mess.
That's why you use the Master Ball.
You only get so many. One, unless you could get one in Cerulean Cave, I guess.
They do respawn, it's just
They
a very
do.
low chance.
I've never gotten one.
And there's a
nice.
Clefairy. Perfect.
Nice.
I did get rid of my second controller, so I'm gonna have to bring that back out, but that's fine.
At least it wasn't Clefable.
That's right. Clefables they can spawn. They're a 1% spawn in here on some floors of this cave, but they're pretty hard to catch, so we try to avoid stuff like that, unless we're really desperate. But this is good. Clefairy should put me to level 14. Yep, that'll put me right where I want to be.
Perfect.
So I'm keeping Oddish in my party, because Oddish is still going to help us out, and also, since Oddish happens to gain so many levels anyways, it puts it like kind of close to evolving by the time we leave Mount Moon. So I'm just gonna level it up all the way to 21 and evolve it a little bit later. It's not like a terribly optimal thing to do, but it's like a safety play that only loses you a few seconds to the alternative of catching another Pokemon to make up for it. So I like to do it on most runs. I don't think many people really agree with that, but it's just like one of my own little personal strats that I do.
I do not like Drowsy's animation.
He's got the spirit fingers.
It's so creepy.
I don't know what was going through their head when they animated that Drowsy, and they were like, "Yep,
Oh,
this looks fine."
we forgot. The other thing that's good about Headbutt is it has, what is it, a 30% chance to make the
It's-
opponent flinch? Or is it
It's
10?
either 20 or 30.
I think
Let me
it's 30. But
I
yeah,
think it's 30 too.
Pikachu is also like very fast. It's faster than pretty much every Pokemon. Actually, it is faster than every Pokemon we're going to encounter in this route. So the fact that it can go first and use Headbutt and potentially flinch a Pokemon that it takes 2 turns to kill is really good. It just doesn't even give them a chance to attack.
It is in fact 30. I just looked it up.
Nice. And that's a pretty high flinch chance.
Oh yeah, no. Most attacks will be like 10%.
Yeah. Considering it's like already a pretty strong move and then it has that bonus perk attached to it, it's really strong.
Flinching will.
Hey, was that a
allow
Clefable?
the other-
It
Oh
was
my god, wait,
something.
really?
It was either a Clefable or a Chansey.
It looked
Oh
like
my
it looked like it had like the spikes on the back, like the wings.
Yeah,
So it looked like
yeah.
a Clefable. That's funny.
I guess you'll find out after battle.
Won't, because this battle I think it despawns them
Oh no.
I think it does actually, yeah.
because it has like
So
the
sad.
cutscene after where you're. See, I just flinched the Voltorb, so it doesn't
Yeah.
even get a chance to attack.
I was gonna explain it, but then that Clefable spawns.
Yeah.
It's like that's way more important and interesting than talking about what flinching does. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. But
Okay.
it will, as you saw, prevent the Pokemon from attacking, which, like, it's faster because then you don't have to watch them attack.
And you just don't take damage.
Yeah, that's also a nice little bonus.
Which that
'cause,
Voltorb
this game-
doesn't really have anything that does very much damage. So I'm gonna take the Dome Fossil because it's cooler. No
And
real reason other than that.
I'm disappointed.
And
That's
now,
a good reason.
after seeing Jesse and James for like the 4th time in this cave, we're gonna fight them. And I kept Oddish in my party for this reason. Well, this is one of the reasons I kept Oddish in my party. Probably the most important one. It's a double battle, so needed something to help out Pikachu. And Oddish is gonna do something that is gonna be very common when I use 2 controllers to do a fight, and it's going to feed X items to Pikachu. So we're going to use an X special attack. It's going to make this Thunder Shock a lot stronger.
Something I think we forgot to mention, and although it isn't really important right now, it will come up later. This game actually does not have Pokemon abilities.
Yeah,
So Pikachu would normally have static, which is like if you hit it with a physical move or a move that makes contact, it will paralyze you. But Pikachu does not get static, and no Pokemon in this game get any of their abilities. Which
And they
will-
also don't have held items in this game either.
yeah, they don't have held items, which they normally do in other games.
yeah. It's a generally pretty simplified version of Pokemon compared to like
It's very
other
watered
recent
down.
releases. Yeah, it's meant to be a more casual game, I think.
Yeah,
Was
and
meant to
this
appeal to
was
the
the
Pokemon
first-
Go players.
Yeah, because this was the first Pokemon game put on the Switch, so they want to lure everybody in. Like, here's our game. It's like, here's your little baby game.
Yeah, since there was a huge surgence in the Pokemon fanbase from Pokemon Go, I imagine they wanted to try and appeal to those people, so they ended up making this game, which, I mean, honestly, it's really fun. So if you are thinking about playing this game, I would recommend because it's just a fun experience.
You know, I'm actually not 100% sure what happens if you try to go into that fight with only one Pokemon, but I assume you just
I don't know
have to
either.
1v2 it.
Yeah, probably.
So
Sure.
we're gonna do something very important right now, and I did hit level 15 in Mount Moon, so I can fight Misty right now. Sometimes you don't quite hit 15. You have to do another part first, but we're going to teach Pikachu a super busted move. It's called Zippy
yeah.
Zap, and this move, I think its base power is 55 or 60, which in and of itself is not like anything remarkable, but this move always crits, which crits do double damage, right?
I believe as of Gen 7, they do 1.5 times
1.5,
damage.
okay. So yeah, it's effectively a much stronger move than its base power, because it always crits. And the other thing it has that's cool is it has +2 priority, which basically means it is gonna go before any other move. So moves like Quick Attack have +1 priority. That's like the one people are probably most familiar with for priority moves. So like Quick Attack is, even if you're slower than your opponent, you're gonna get to use that move first. Zippy Zap is the same thing, except it's +2 priority, so that if your opponent is faster than you and uses Quick Attack, Zippy Zap is still gonna beat it, because it's just another stage higher.
The exclusive moves that the starters get in this game are honestly really, really busted. Eevee would get a fire type move, an electric type move, and a water type move there to represent like its evolutions, but Pikachu is gonna get like what I think it's is it electric type, flying type, and water type?
I think so. In this run, we only get Zippy Zap, because the other ones you can only get later, and it's after the point where we need Pikachu anymore. But yeah, Eevee learns 3 moves at this point in the game, which is a big reason, like a big advantage it has over Pikachu.
Gets a lot of type coverage, which Pikachu doesn't really have that type coverage, which can make it some fights a little bit slower, but Pikachu's just, oh no.
Yeah, that's fine.
No. Yeah, it happens.
Another advantage of having Oddish is it can finish off this fight if need be. I should have healed Pikachu, but that's fine. I can just take the center after this fight.
Not Swift.
So the only bad part here is Pikachu now misses out on the experience from Starmie, but that's totally fine. We're in a good spot. Alright, so that's 2 gym badges down out of 8. I'm just gonna have to take the center to heal. Kind of interesting, in an ideal run of this game, you don't ever use the Pokemon Center. You go into 2 Pokemon Centers for other things, but you never heal there. Ideally. I'm gonna have to right now, but hopefully first and last time that we have to do this run. See, I caught myself because the moves that Eevee learns, they were a big part of why people thought Eevee was better than Pika. But these days, it's very much up in the air which one is better, aka faster. The Eevee record is faster than the Pika record, but I and many other people are of the opinion that they're pretty much equal in potential.
Kerbis is biased because he has the record.
The Pika record. The worst record. But I don't worry, one day I'm gonna beat the Eevee time and we'll prove once and for all that Pika has what it takes. But work in progress, we'll get there.
Also, yes, by big advantage, Eevee, in the sense of exclusive moves, Eevee definitely has better exclusive moves than Pika.
Yeah.
But that also means we can't take a minus special attack Eevee because all those moves are special attacking moves. Which kind of stinks.
Alright, I got another flinch there. Nice. This Oddish can poison me, so that's a particularly good flinch.
Pika's so overrated. Oh no.
Oh no.
I think this Eevee is a range, because I'm only 15 still. Yeah. He's gonna potion here though, and I'm just gonna win for free.
Free wins?
Bye, Eevee.
Oh. I already missed it.
Pretty smooth fight. There are a few things that can go wrong there, but that was nice. I haven't gotten
Trace
poisoned
was
at all yet,
scared.
which is good.
Oh, that's actually, yeah, that's really nice. Trace was really scared there because he saw a talking Pokemon, and you're like, oh, let's just go investigate, even though the player character doesn't say anything. We gotta go investigate. It's part of the story.
And we're just gonna click Zippy Zap and win for a couple fights. It's just too strong.
Yeah, this part of the run is very exciting.
Yeah.
Obviously, where you just hit Zippy Zap or Headbutt and then just win.
We're just gonna sit in silence for like a good 5 minutes.
Peace.
That's what you
I'm
do
not really
when
sure.
you're actually on the run. You just sit here silently pressing the button.
Just like mashing A for like
Yeah.
3 minutes straight. That's what it feels like. But yeah, there's like not much that can happen here. You can get poisoned in a couple places, but it's not very likely to happen in either spot. So it's just like this part of the run is pretty brain dead. I almost fall asleep sometimes playing it.
There is one mechanic that I forgot to explain that does make Pikachu, like his exclusive move, a little bit better over Eevee. Eevee, although it gets coverage with its moves, Pikachu is the same type as the move it gets.
Yep.
And I did say earlier that Headbutt is Stab on Eevee. Stab, or same type attack bonus, is a 50% increased power in your move if you share the same type as the move. So Pikachu being electric type, since it shares the same type as Zippy Zap, it's gonna get a 50% power increase, which is something like, I don't know, I want to say like 27 more power, so it's basically hitting for like 82?
So it has
Math is hard.
it has that on top of the 100% crit rate. So it's got like those two buffs to it that make it so much stronger than its base power suggests. It's a very good move.
Not to mention its base stats are already buffed since it's the starter Pikachu, so this
Yep.
is hitting for really hard. The only thing that's gonna wall it is like probably a grass type or obviously a ground type, which are coming up soon.
Which is a testament to how much of a tank Starmie is, because you actually quite often aren't able to kill that Misty Starmie in one hit, even with Zippy Zap.
Well, to be fair, I think that Starmie's like level 24, right? Or is it level 21?
Not quite that high, I don't think. I actually don't remember what level it is exactly. But you're right, it is higher level than Pikachu.
It is. I want to say it's 24, but honestly, I need to look this up.
'Cause
So.
Like, I think the intention was for you to do this section before fighting Misty.
Yeah.
So you're kind of expected to be slightly stronger than the minimum level 15 requirement. But yeah. This is another fight that a Headbutt would be really good, or a Headbutt Flinch would be really good. I can take out this Zubat with Zippy Zap, obviously it's super effective, but this coughing coming up has a chance to poison me, so if I get the Headbutt Flinch, that won't be possible. But even if I don't get the Flinch, it's not terribly likely to poison me. Yeah, okay. It tackled. So... Alright, that's at least boring Nugget Bridge out of the way.
It's level 19. I was wrong.
Close enough.
Oh yeah, level 19 just equals
Yeah.
level 24. It's just 5 levels.
Yeah.
I wanted to say either 19 or 21, but I wasn't really sure.
I think I'm too used to red.
Yeah. So, gotta wait for that spinner to turn. That one can be hard to see because you can't really see his face. Also gonna skip these trainers just by running between them. Good stuff. There's even more hilarious trainer skips like that to come. Hopefully, assuming I don't mess them up.
We'll see, Route 6.
Yep, that's the fun one.
Yep.
Also, I'm gonna baby it. I don't care if Etchy's watching. I'm gonna take it so slow.
So you're not gonna go on it with, like, Rapidash later?
No.
That's the best idea.
That scares me too much.
See, I know myself and at least one of our other friends, like, we swear by riding a Pokemon going through there, even more than just, like, walking normally. I don't know why. It's just easier for us. I don't know.
Alright, so Pikachu's level 17. I really need it to be at least 18, preferably 19 for the next rival fight I have to do, but I have some Pokemon to catch between now and then, so that should work out just fine. And
So now we're gonna say hi to Bill over here, and we're not gonna walk away from him
Nope.
without helping him.
This is so cursed. It's just
so cursed.
I don't even have words. It's cursed. But yeah, Bill is turned into a Pokemon and needs our help to turn him back into a human. Like, somewhat not common, but a mistake people make sometimes is they come in here and say, yes, I'll help you, and then instead of running over to this PC to run the machine to separate him from this Pokemon, they just run out and
I think Trace made that mistake.
don't help him. Yeah. And
Yeah, that's the problem,
it's
because you get down there and then you can't go through, so you have to go all the way back.
Yeah, you can't progress through the game unless you help Bill. So if you walk all the way back down to the city and realize that you didn't actually help Bill, you have to run all the way back up Nugget Bridge, and it's a mess. But we're not gonna forget that.
We're good.
We're good to go. Just really appreciate how long this run back to Cerulean City is, and just understand how much time you lose by doing that. It's a fun time.
Why aren't we running Ditch Bill?
Yeah, we even made a meme category out of it just called Ditch Bill, where you get to Bill and leave his house without helping him. It's good stuff. Squirtle Squad. And I've never bought the game Detective Pikachu because I basically get to play it in Let's Go.
Why pay $40 for a game you can already experience in the game for $60?
Of course.
Look at how observant he is. It only takes him about 20 seconds to notice the big hole in the
giant
wall.
hole in the
Yeah.
wall.
No,
Good.
yeah, I mean, like, the first thing I noticed, honestly, is that table has its coffee spilled, honestly.
Good
Yeah,
work.
see, my favorite part about that house is the lady just sitting there staring while she's like on a broken table.
She's accepted her fate. It's like
Yeah,
today's gonna be bad, and I'm just gonna sit here and not cry about it. Gonna pick up these berries here. They are... I haven't used any berries. I'm not going to use very many throughout this run, but those berries in particular, when you're encountering a wild Pokemon, some of them like to move around a lot, like side to side, or like dart up and down, or jump, or whatever. If you use one of those berries, it will stop them, so it's easier to throw a ball at them. And the screen just went blank for some reason. I don't know what they were trying to hide there, but moving on, I guess.
Oh no, something's going on, I guess.
Mm.
And we're gonna share one of our SS tickets we got from Bill because he gave us some revives and some potions. We're all good friends here. So, once again, in this tunnel, I'm going to pick up a lure, and I'm also going to pick up a nugget just to sell, so I can buy some other things soon. I haven't been able to buy lures yet, so we're just relying on item pickups to be able to use lures to this point, but pretty soon I'm going to buy a bunch of lures at the shop. Yeah, again, the lures, they're going to max out the level wild Pokemon can be, so on this route, that's going to be level 17. And there's a very important catch that's going to happen. I'm going to take this Clefairy out because I don't want it to get any more experience. But I need to catch either an Abra or a Growlithe on this route. Growlithe is the much more common option. But they're going to kind of be my next partner Pokemon. Take the place of Oddish. So we have a Growlithe up here. Even though he's trying to run away from me, there's only so far that it can go, thankfully. Really had to make me run all the way up to the corner like that. Alright. So, Growlithe is gonna help Pikachu for the next 3 fights that I do. Makes them a lot better. Pikachu has a hard time with this next section of the game on his own. So, Growlithe is a good complement. And you'll see why. So, also gonna catch that Pidgey I saw. I think this is a different one, actually. Pidgey likes to jump a lot of times in a row. Sometimes it does like 7 or 8 jumps in a row, and you just can't get a good throw on it if it's doing that. So you just gotta wait it out, unfortunately. I mean, you could try to hit it, but no thanks. Slow and steady.
Did we ever say that lures actually... I think they spawn higher level Pokemon, right?
Yeah, it's 1 level higher than what the maximum level otherwise would be.
That can come into play sometimes as well.
Mhm.
I forgot about that.
Because also higher level Pokemon is just more experience. That's the biggest benefit.
Can also help evolve some Pokemon faster, I imagine.
Yeah.
But it's like... What is it? It's 10 AM right now. I can't think. I'm like this Psyduck, honestly. That Psyduck is exactly how I feel.
So Psyduck is one that I could wait to catch later because you can get a level 39 one that will evolve in 1 level up. But just based on like Pikachu's level and my catch count right now, I'm just gonna catch this one. Because that'll give Pikachu level 19, which is nice. And it'll also give Growlithe level 18 soon, which is also nice. Very beneficial things for the next few fights. It makes some moves that would otherwise be ranges to kill, not ranges to kill. They were just guaranteed to kill. So here's the trainer skip, and I'm going to be a big baby about it.
Oh my gosh, you're
Oh my god, my Joy-Con is going haywire.
Oh, there's an Abra.
Yeah, there is an Abra. That always happens to me. I could have gone back and caught that Abra, and I probably should have, but Abra only likes to spawn when I'm trying to do that trainer skip, and I'm like focused on that little part of the screen. But yeah, those 2 trainers, if you just walk directly in the middle of them, neither of them will see you, and you don't have to fight them.
They're very blind.
Yeah. It's actually not that tight of a skip. I'm just a big baby about it. Yeah, they're just a little blind. That's okay though. Yeah, that Abra, I don't need it. It's fine. I still have chances to see one later anyway.
Yeah, you're good.
But my catch count is fine right now, so we're just gonna move on without it. Yeah, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I wasn't sure if it was an Abra or Psyduck. Same color. So our rival here is gonna pull some magic trick on us. You saw him standing there.
Now he's just gonna appear later.
There's only 1 staircase to get up to this level of the ship. I need to switch Growlithe. Actually. I'm gonna take those 2 out as well. Psyduck takes too many levels to evolve, so I just get rid of it right away. And Pidgey, I could evolve that one in 1 level, but I want to leave the option open to potentially catch a Pidgeotto to evolve into a Pidgeot later. So I'm going to take that out of my party as well. So is this our first 2v1 fight? I think it is.
I think so, yeah.
So, yeah, you get to see how that works.
Gets to see him bully a trainer. Honestly, our rival deserves it.
So, again, feeding Pikachu an X item boosts the attack power. And that's going to last for the whole fight. And then also, Growlithe has a move called Helping Hand, which doesn't get much use in Pokemon in general, I don't think. Oh, I use Leer instead. That's okay.
No, you don't really see it too much in Pokemon speedruns. it's really good and competitive.
I'm gonna heal Pikachu because I messed up the move selection there, but I meant to use Helping Hand, which would also boost Pikachu's attack power. That move only works just for the one turn. Okay, can we finish this Eevee off? There we go. So, Growlithe has Helping Hand, but it also has Flamethrower, which we're going to use on the Oddish. Grass types are kind of one of the things that Pikachu doesn't have great coverage for. One of the biggest things it struggles with, just Oddishes and Glooms in particular. So, Growlithe's Flamethrower being super effective is going to help us to finish off this Oddish easily. The other thing Pikachu really struggles with is, like, rock and ground types. And we'll have other things to help out with that later. So there are no HMs in this game. It's not like the newer Pokemon games are kind of like phasing out the idea of HMs, I feel like. And instead, they have these secret techniques where Pikachu just is a rock star and learns
multi-talented.
Yeah. And it's not cut, it's chopped down. Very important distinction. But yeah, Pikachu.
I'm gonna call it cut.
Pikachu has cut basically now. That's all that is. And
But it doesn't actually take up a move slot like an HM would.
yeah, it's just like
really nice.
a secret ability that you use outside of battle only. It doesn't. It's not anything you can use in a fight. So we're gonna come up on the biggest load zone of the game right now. This literally is like 10 seconds.
He's trying to skip a cutscene and get out of here.
Oh, and you'll see on the left there's a gym, but the way this game is set up, it's really like open-ended, so basically you can kind of go wherever you want and you just come back and circle around later. So we're not going to fight Lieutenant Surge now, we're going to come back.
Yeah, Pikachu struggles with that fight.
You
can do it with Pikachu, it's just a lot slower than what we're going to do later.
It adds the cutscene with Misty telling you about the Diglett's cave, so it wastes a lot of time anyways, so...
Yep.
Do you guys know how to count to 8? It's 1, 2, 7... What's the next one? I think it's 1, 2, 7, 6... Sabrina, like... I don't remember the order, honestly. 8 is the last though. 1 being the first, then we just go 1, 2, 7. Because this game is really busted. But we'll get there and explain it when we get there, because right now he's just doing some shopping.
Yeah, the third gym we're going to fight is the intended 7th gym. It's good stuff. So running up, I can do this trainer skip a lot better. Hopefully I don't make a fool of myself. Good. I don't know, for whatever reason my Joy-Con seems to hold straight up angles a lot better than straight down angles. I don't know if it's a Joy-Con thing or if it's a me thing. It's probably a me thing. I don't know.
I think going up is definitely easier.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people seem to think so. And
it's helpful for that one because there's like the tiling in Vermilion that you can like line yourself up with easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I use kind of like a visual cue of the tile on the floor. But
just use a D-pad, duh.
I wish I could. I really wish I could.
I wish I could too, honestly.
Everything in this game is done with a single Joy-Con, except when I bring in the second player, that's with a second Joy-Con. So, like, primarily it's all controlled by one Joy-Con, which is...
Yeah, you have to use a Joy-Con for this, unless you want to use the little Pokeball.
I don't even think that'll allow you to use a Pro Controller, which is kind of crazy.
Nope.
It doesn't. It's only Joy-Con or the Pokeball Plus, which is not a good controller.
I think it was fine.
It has like 2 buttons. There's literally only 2 buttons. Literally, you press Y by shaking it.
Yeah, it's not good. It's
not good.
So I went into my bag there. I swapped my super potions up to the front of my bag because I'm just going to be using them a lot more than I would need a regular potion. So it's always good to have like the items you're going to use most frequently at the top of your bag, just for easier access. And this fight's kind of cool because I'm going to do the double battle thing where I feed Pikachu an X item, but then she's going to send out a Gloom, and like I said, Pikachu has trouble with grass-type Pokemon. So we're going to kind of do the trade-off thing, and we're going to feed Growlithe an X item and let it Flamethrower the Gloom.
The fact that Growlithe gets Flamethrower that early, by the way, is really busted. That's a 90 base power move.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's
really
really
busted
good.
moves that you get early on. Like, Pikachu's about to learn Thunderbolt as well on the next level up. It's good stuff. Thunderbolt's also 90 base power, right?
Yes, it is. These moves used to be like 95, but they got changed at some point. I just forget which gen. I think it was Gen 6.
So, gonna keep Growlithe once again for this fight. We've got a Ground-type Pokemon, which, again, like I said, the other thing that Pikachu kind of struggles with. You can get by on this fight with, like, headbutts. But this Sandshrew is a little annoying. Has, like, Sand Attack and Dig and stuff. So, we're gonna, once again, Flamethrower it. It's not super effective, but 90 base power stab move at +2 from the X special attack. It's very good. Very effective. And then we can just attack the Raticate with both of them to chip away at it. And that is Growlithe's contribution to the run. Hopefully only contribution. Potentially Growlithe will make a comeback later. Things don't go my way. And another big catching section here. I'm gonna wait. No way I'm hitting this trainer on a reset. There are 5 Pokemon I can catch on this route. I'd like to get at least 3 or 4 of them. And
Just double Moonstone.
yeah. In particular, I need at least one of the Nidorans. They're gonna be like my next helper Pokemon to run alongside Pikachu.
Can we get Nidoking for red so we can get you to come back to red?
Never.
Okay.
Aww.
Teaching over Headbutt. Headbutt did us well, but no longer needed. Thunderbolt is much better. Kind of crazy, actually, that we ditch a 70 base power move at level 21.
Yeah, that early on is actually insane. It just goes to show just how, like, access beginner friendly this game is for people. Gives you really busted moves really early on.
Oh, come on. I got robbed there.
So close.
Throwing to the side is pretty hard.
Yeah, it's not easy.
But yeah, I missed the excellent throw there, just ever so slightly. But I still got the catch anyway. It just means I get a little less experience from that catch, which is fine. Not a big deal.
At least you got the first ball.
Yep, that's the most important thing. Alright, there's my Nidoran, so I'm good to go there. I'd prefer to have the male Nidoran. Turns out to be slightly faster, but if I have to run with a Nidoqueen, I definitely will. It's not a big deal. And either way, it's good to catch, just for the catch total. See, that time I missed the excellent throw, and it actually punished me. I missed again. See, the Nidoran is, like, starting the motion to attack, to, like, jump at me. And when it does that, it, like, moves the circle down just a little bit. It's kind of annoying. It's doing it at, like, the worst possible time. That time I got the excellent. It's very important to get those throws. So I'm gonna stand around just for a little bit longer, hopefully get at least one more. I'm looking for either a Rattata or a male Nidoran. And there's a Rattata.
Only a male
We're running with the
still.
Nidoqueen, apparently.
Yeah, we might be on a Nidoqueen run.
That'll be interesting.
I will still wait slightly longer to see if the male Nidoran wants to show up. Just because...
Yeah.
So, like, every route has a particular number of Pokemon that it can spawn at any given time. This route can have up to 4 Pokemon at the same time. So I'll at the very least wait until it fully spawns all 4 Pokemon before I run forward.
Yeah, and there's a battle coming up in just a second here that will reset these spawns. So if you really need to go back, you could just fight that battle, and then there you go.
Look at that neat
Okay.
arena.
Yeah, so we didn't get it. Yeah, Greta's right. I can run back up after the fight. Maybe I will. I don't really need to because I did catch 4 things there, which is pretty much what I expect and plan to do on any given run. So, like, our catch count is totally fine right now. I'm not desperate for that male Nidoran at all. But maybe I'll poke my head up just for no reset run's sake.
Yeah, and here we get to meet Lorelei, who she's gonna come up again later because she's part of the Elite Four.
Yeah, I really like that they kind of insert her into the story of the game a little earlier. It's nice.
She's cute.
She
I
takes on,
agree.
like, the... How many Team Rocket members was she fighting at the same time? 2 or 3?
I think it's like 2. I think it's
2 or
I
3,
think it's
yeah.
3.
I think, yeah, it's 3.
Because I'm pretty sure you get 3 at the front, and then 1 like tries to fight you from behind as well. And it's...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, typical, just feed Pikachu next item, 2v1 fight. We're bullies. Get over it.
Yeah, but they're bullies too. They try to get
Yeah.
up on you.
True. They did, you're right. So we're just giving them a taste of their own medicine. Okay, she did fight 3, yeah. So, she sends them running, crying. And
realize that she's Elite Four.
they run off, but I'm not really sure where they go, because there's just a cave entrance there, and...
go-
I don't know.
Can't imagine if they were so scared that they would run into the dark, scary cave.
I
Maybe,
don't
though.
know. I'd be pretty scared too.
So, it's supposed to be, like, too dark to see in here, but... So you're supposed to get the
You can
equivalent
very clearly see.
Yeah,
This is like the cheater palette in red.
yeah, it's like, everything is super visible. You can even see all the Pokemon that spawn with no problem. Like, you do not... Even if you're the most casual person in the world, you really do not need to get the equivalent of the Flash HM. I forget what it's called in this game.
Light up, maybe? Something
Yeah,
simple like that, probably.
Something. I've never seen someone use it, so...
Yeah, I don't even know where you get it.
You have to go back through Diglett Cave, and like the section of Route 1 that is only
Oh,
accessible through
yeah.
the cut bushes and stuff. So this is what I'm talking about. Zubat is one that likes to move around a lot, so I'm just going to bury it to get it to stop. Just so I can hit it. Like Zubat, I don't even try to get excellent throws on, I just try to hit the thing. Because it's that
Oh, it
annoying.
is called Light Up. I got it right.
Nice.
I don't know
You're
how
so
I know that, but...
Okay, so Oddish and Spearow are both going to evolve here. So, for those wanting the updates, we are now at 23 out of 50 Pokemon with these 2 evolutions. And I will hopefully catch like 4 more things in Rock Tunnel here. And also evolve a few more things. Like, everything I caught on that last route is going to evolve in 1 level up, which is exactly what we want. That's what we're looking for with pretty much everything we catch. If it doesn't evolve in 1 level up, we're probably going to ditch it right away. Oddish kind of being the exception. Oddish and the bugs at the beginning, because they only have to level up 3 times for 2 evolutions. So, another important thing that I want to catch here is a Rhyhorn, which there's no bike in this game, but you can ride Pokemon instead. And Rhyhorn is one of the faster ride Pokemon you can get. It's really the first one available that is like a significant significantly faster ride Pokemon than running is.
Besides Persian, which you can get if you get 5 Growlithe and then you talk to some dude sitting in Vermilion, which is really helpful for certain runs, but not this one.
Yeah, catching 5 of the same Pokemon just eats up too much time. It doesn't balance out the time that you would save from riding Persian, although Persian is very fast. Okay, so I have my Nidorina here. I'm going to do a quick menu after this and evolve it into a Nidoqueen, and that's going to be my little partner to Pikachu for next 40 minutes or so. Plays a significantly larger role than Oddish and Growlithe do. Oh, of course, there's a Kangaskhan.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Kangaskhan is a 1% spawn. By the way. And it's just staring me in the face, and when when we do catch 'em all runs of this game, you have to camp for like 15 minutes sometimes longer just to get that Kangaskhan to spawn, and it's, of course, should I try to catch it?
Yes.
Do it for the content.
I'll try. I don't want to waste too many Pokeballs on it, but we'll throw 2 or 3 at it and see what we can do.
Yeah, no, Kangaskhan always appears when you don't need it at all, but when you do, nowhere to be found.
Oh, I got rid of the second controller. Oops. It gives a lot of experience if you do catch it.
Yeah, it does.
Huge too. I'm surprised you're using a Nanberry there.
Yeah, I don't like raspberries. I don't think they do anything. I think they're actually broken items. Okay. But getting it to stay in place is decent. Okay, I'll try one more after this one if this doesn't work, and I will run away from the Kangaskhan after that. I don't want to... Nice. Okay.
Yes.
Hey!
This Kangaskhan is going to give me a lot of experience.
You should ride it.
Oh my god, it was an extra large one.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That is... Oh, that's so good. Pikachu normally is like 25, level 25 or so coming out of Rock Tunnel, and I'm like just getting started in Rock Tunnel and it's level 26. Like, that's Kangaskhan experience is just so good, especially when it's an extra large glowing one. Yeah, I can't.
You have to ride it.
I can ride the Kangaskhan. I'll ride it.
Have to.
I'll ride it until I run into a Rhyhorn. If I don't run into a Rhyhorn, then we're riding Kangaskhan.
Oh, I cannot wait for this.
See, Kangaskhan is like, is it? I think it is slower than running. Like, it just is.
I think it's the same speed, but it like...
It looks slow for sure.
It gets caught on corners, so like you have to take like weird paths. Like overall, I think it's actually slower than just walking.
It's definitely slower than walking, but it's funny. So like that's the point.
It is funny. You'll see.
You'll see.
I won't spoil it. Well, you might not be able to see it in Rock Tunnel, but we'll find out. Take this Golbat out. Right, so here we go. And you can kind of see it. Pikachu is riding in the pouch with the little kid. There's an... Okay. So
There's two.
Oh my gosh.
it's not that weird that another Kangaskhan showed up.
It's on Exchange, it's fine.
Yeah, so the way this game works is anytime you catch a Pokemon, until you catch something else, that Pokemon is more likely to spawn than it otherwise would be. So Kangaskhan is normally 1%, but since we just caught one, it's more common than that. I don't know exactly how common, but it's more common than 1%. So it's not that weird that it showed up there. It just always throws me off. Like, my gut reaction is just, like, complain about it, but it's not that weird. It happens a lot. It's funny, though. Zubat, or the Golbat, is hunting me down.
Big hitbox.
So...
It's so funny just seeing the Kangaskhan.
still want to get a Graveler and a Rhyhorn. I don't really need the Graveler. Usually the Graveler is like something that gives me good experience, and that's why I'd really want to catch it. But since I got the Kangaskhan, I don't need Graveler experience.
No, you're good.
Oh, see, Pikachu is such a high level that it one-shot the Kangaskhan. That usually doesn't happen. So that's a turn saver right there.
You look at this time save. You don't even need the Rhyhorn.
Exactly. We're definitely running into the Zubat. No way around it. Kangaskhan is too big.
It's just gonna plow down everything. You did sneak around the corner there, though.
Yep. Oh, there's a Charmander over there.
Charmander.
Oh, nice.
I would catch that.
Yeah, I'm going to.
It's so far away.
Don't you dare. He's gonna run in front of that trainer. So, Floof, you're kind of correct,
It's tiny.
but you're thinking of
The rare spawns.
the rare spawns, yeah. So every route, most routes have a 1% spawn, but then they also have a rare spawn that is more rare than 1%. And those, if you get a catch chain of catching the same Pokemon 11 times in a row, those rare spawns become a lot more common. But the 1% spawns do not.
Yeah, one of the most notable ones, not for this, but especially for the all-obtainable Pokemon, is in Victory Road, you can get the Hitmonlee, Hitmonchans doing that. And those aren't anywhere else except for in the dojo, but you can only get one, so it's really important to do that.
Yep. So, gonna double battle again. This trainer has a Machop and a Rhyhorn, which are both not great things for Pikachu. But we're going to be able to use an X attack to take out the Machop with Zippy Zap. And then Nidoqueen, just like Growlithe, has Helping Hand. And the reason I messed up selecting Helping Hand on Growlithe is because Nidoqueen's Helping Hand is in slot 1 of its moveset, and Growlithe's is in slot 2, so sometimes I get them mixed up. But we can Helping Hand double kick after the X attack, and it will kill this Rhyhorn. Otherwise, the Rhyhorn is very hard to beat. Just Pikachu. I'm kind of hoping the Rhyhorn just doesn't show up for me now, because Kangaskhan is too good.
We're too committed to
This
this.
would be very funny.
There's
Oh,
a
Graveler,
Graveler.
though.
Yeah, I'll catch it. We're actually like really ahead on catches right now too, which is
Yeah.
nice. I don't have to worry about.
Chop too. Oh wait, you already caught one, I think, right?
Yep, I already have one.
Okay. This is gonna save quite a few catches for later down the line.
Yep.
We need Zabra.
Exactly. See,
No.
Choke and Kingler already. All my Pokemon are super high level compared to what they're normally supposed to be. All thanks to the Kangaskhan.
It was worth it.
It was worth it.
Especially since it was a huge Pokemon.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
We might even be able to have some fun and save some turns in Rocket Hideout with this
Ooh.
Pikachu and Nidoqueen being so high leveled.
I think the only things that sucks is you can't do Rhyhorn strats anymore, but you probably don't need it.
Yeah. I should do some party management after this, because I have Charmander and I think not Caterpie, Rattata that still need to evolve for my party. I also can't forget about my extra Moonstone I have.
You can evolve that Clefairy.
Yep, I'll do it a little later though. Yep, we are sitting at 33 caught Pokemon now.
It's about, is it 3/5 of the way through?
Yep. I'm gonna try to Zippy Zap this.
Well, I mean, you are higher level.
Yeah, so I one-shot that. Normally you'd have to X attack for this fight, but being level 28 is really good. So not all level ups are equal. Some are better than others. So every time you hit an increment of, or like a level ending in a 0, 3, 5, or 8, you get like a boost to your attack power, basically. Like an extra large boost. So hitting level 28,
What?
the level 28 threshold is really good for that fight.
I didn't even know that. That's so
Oh, really?
weird. No, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
weird.
It's like every time you hit one of those thresholds, like the necessary attack or special attack to like KO something becomes lower. So like being, you know, just for example, like 50 attack at level 28 is much better than being 50 attack at level 27.
Oh, fake out.
The
Yeah.
fringe.
Yeah, Fake Out's another priority move, and it's actually one of the only moves that can beat Zippy Zap. It's +3 priority, just kind of crazy. But that's fine, just a little bit of wasted time. Doesn't hardly do any damage. Level 29 Pikachu. We can see our special attack here. 67. Wow. This is pretty good for a neutral nature Pikachu. So, okay, we actually never explained fully what AVs are.
I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm sorry.
That's right. Oh, okay. We officially did not get a Rhyhorn, by the way, so we're riding this Kangaskhan until I can get a Arcanine. Which is kind of soon, but... so AVs... There's a thing in other Pokemon games called EVs, not to be confused with the Pokemon Eevee, which basically... Actually, do you want to explain that, Swift? Because you're more familiar with that.
So, Eevee is a wonderful Pokemon. EVs are effort values, and you can have 255 max in each stat, and you can have a total of like 510 max. What they do is at like level 100 for every 4 EVs you have, it equals 1 stat point. So the more EVs you have, the more like points you're gonna add to your stats, which, you know, the higher your stats are, the better you just do overall like attack or defense or HP, stuff like that.
And in this game, there are no EVs, but there are AVs instead, which are much simpler. It's just every time you level up, you gain a random +1 value to one of your stats.
Pretty crazy stuff. When can we ride Starmie?
So... You can ride Starmie, actually.
Yeah, you can.
I know. When can we ride it?
Once
later.
we have it.
So Nidoqueen is gonna cover some Pokemon that Pikachu would have trouble with this move, Crunch. If it's Nidoking, which is the preferred option, Nidoking has Poison Jab, which is a little better because it's a stab, same type attack bonus move. But Crunch is pretty good too. It's a pretty strong move and nicely covers the types that Pikachu doesn't do great against.
Nidoqueen's higher level anyways right now.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be hitting for quite a bit.
Yep. Ghost!
Oh no! So we're not gonna be able to see any of these right now because we actually need something called the Sylph Scope.
What do you mean? It's
And,
right there.
Kerbis, please, not right now. I'm tired. Okay, you can see the ghost, but you're not gonna be able to see what
You
type
can't
of Pokemon it is.
see what they are.
Yeah, and what you need is something called the Sylph Scope, and we don't have that right now. We need to go to Celadon City, and spoiler alert, we gotta go beat up the Rocket members in their hideout. I know you guys were so looking forward to just seeing the story for yourselves, but I couldn't help myself, okay? That will allow you to see all the ghosts in the tower, though, which will then help you progress through the story, because that's all required. Like, you need the Pokemon Flute from that tower to move a Snorlax, and you can't get through the game without moving that Snorlax.
So, one fight that is better with Nidoking is this one. Poison Jab, super effective against fairy types. The move Crunch doesn't really work so well, so we take this fight with Pikachu instead. We just Zippy Zap it. It takes 2 shots instead of 1, but no big deal. Okay. Maybe it's a big deal. It has Metronome, which can just randomly use any move in the game, which that is one of the weirder ones I've seen. That's kind of funny. But just 1 extra turn, that's fine. No problems. I'm just waiting for the day someone gets like a horn drill or something that hits.
Oh no. Self-destruct, anyone?
Alright, so I'm gonna keep Kangaskhan for a little bit still. But I'm gonna pick up this Firestone that's in here. Oh, there's a Jigglypuff. I will catch this.
Oh, it's huge.
Okay. I had a Jigglypuff on this route one time that broke out of 7 balls, I think, in a row.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
So hopefully we don't get a repeat performance here.
Oh no.
I mean, you already caught the Kangaskhan in 2 balls, so...
Oh no.
Oh no.
Grass! I'm telling ya.
Those don't do anything.
I swear they do something.
You have to wait until we have the silver ones, and then they'll do something.
Alright, we got
I
it.
got it anyways.
Yeah, we're good.
I'll never forget that one time where Jigglypuff broke out of so many balls.
Metronome Splash would be lovely to see, honestly.
Yeah, I know earlier, was that today at some point? I was watching Jash4 and that metronome got roar, so he just...
Oh my god.
Oh no.
It was great.
Yeah, Metronome is an
Roar.
interesting move.
Roar will switch you out of battle, which you don't really want. That's a big waste of time.
So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the Kangaskhan experience, but by the time I leave Rocket Hideout, Kangaskhan will be removed. But
I
that,
liked Kangaskhan.
it was a good time. I'm glad we got to experience that. We still got a little bit more Kangaskhan walk in us. So next, I'm gonna do something very important. This Growlithe really wants a hug. Okay, narrowly avoided it. What I'm gonna do is come into this Pokemon Center and talk to this lady who is gonna do something very cool for us.
She's gonna be able to like tell us what nature we're gonna get for our Pokemon. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah. So I pay her 10,000 Poké Dollars. And now every Pokemon I encounter until tomorrow, aka until my Switch's clock hits midnight, will be modest-natured. And since I already flipped over to midnight earlier in the run, it will be every Pokemon I catch for the rest of this run. And
I don't know.
that's gonna be good because I'm gonna catch a Starmie later, and Starmie is gonna be what replaces Pikachu, because once we get to the point where we're done catching our 50 Pokemon, then Pikachu is going to struggle to get experience because you don't get nearly as much experience from fights as you do from catching Pokemon. So the level curve is going to catch up to Pikachu, and it's going to surpass Pikachu, and Pikachu's not really going to be able to finish this run in a quick way. So we're going to have to catch Starmie to be the replacement.
I am enjoying these terrible puns in the chat, by the way. Please
Kangaskhan
keep coming.
They're beautiful.
I'm a fan of terrible, terrible puns. But yeah, Starmie is very, very, very powerful. It actually has like, what, I think 110 special attack or something. It's a lot of special attack for
Yeah.
Pokemon.
It's either 100 or 110, somewhere around there.
Oh, it's 100. Okay, it's 100 and then 115 speed, and it hits so hard for no reason. If you saw basically like Misty Starmie earlier, yeah, we want that. That's really good, especially since you can catch it at like level 40 or something.
So this is the one fight where Nidoqueen actually outperforms Nidoking on average. Ideally, it's exactly the same. But Nidoqueen has Crunch, and Crunch is super effective against this Hypno. Poison Jab is not. So you can kill this Hypno in one shot with Nidoqueen, whereas Nidoking can only do it sometimes, and it's not very often. Nidoqueen can pretty much always do it, especially when it's level 28 or higher. Pikachu's level 30 already. That's insane. Let's see, 69 special attack. I think that's going to be more than enough to save a turn. And our Rattata's going to evolve. Everything's coming together. This is going well.
We've got our Charmeleon.
Charmeleon, yep.
My favorite Pokemon.
It's a pretty good one.
I just can't believe you got a Kangaskhan and a Charmander in Rock Tunnel.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, so we were mentioning rare spawns. Charmander is the rare spawn of Rock Tunnel, so even more rare than the Kangaskhan was. Kind of nuts.
Really, I see that Charmander so often.
Yeah, I mean, Rock Tunnel is just very large, so you wind up seeing a lot of spawns as you run through it. So it's definitely shows up more commonly than the other rare spawns, I would say. So this is another fight where normally we would do it with Nidoking, and Nidoqueen doesn't really do it as effectively, so Pikachu winds up being better. This is probably the biggest downside of using Nidoqueen over Nidoking. This fight takes like 5 turns instead of 3. Or 4. Maybe it's only, I don't know. 5 turns, I think. I can't count. I'm tired. I actually don't think I needed the tail whip there. I don't know. I know what I'm doing, I promise. See, this Voltorb is the problem. You have to tail whip it and then double kick it twice. So this Pikachu's very strong, and it tried its hardest, but it still can't really even come close to killing it with the first double kick, unless it crits. So this is a very cool part of the game. Normally, like in the original Red, Blue, and Yellow, you would fight a guy in this room, and he would just hand over the key to the elevator. They at least make it like reasonable, like, okay, yeah, the kid came in and bullied you in a Pokemon fight, and you're just gonna give up the key like that. They at least try to add to the, you know, the story here, and after you beat this guy, he's gonna take the key and throw it up into the rafters or whatever, into the ventilation system, and we gotta send Pikachu on a little journey to go retrieve it.
It's honestly such like a cool part of the game because you don't have another Pokemon game where you can control your party Pokemon like that. I mean, you got Mystery Dungeon, but Mystery Dungeon isn't like that.
Side game.
Yep. That too.
So yeah, we I just gotta say it. Do not try this at home, kids. Of all the things in this room, we picked the rolling, spinning chair and stand on it to get Pikachu up into that vent.
Not a good idea.
No, it's not safe.
Like they so easily could have just made it a like normal chair, and not
Or like a
rolling...
box. There's
Yeah.
like boxes right there.
I mean, I guess you could just crush the cardboard boxes with your weight.
I mean, not if there's stuff in them.
And we also
That's
get a little
true.
sneak peek into the private meeting room here that we're gonna go to in a minute.
Yeah,
That's-
I think there's a vent where if you really wanted to, you could take Pika and like see what they're talking about like through the vent.
Yeah, it's like right where you get put into the vent. If you go to the right instead of the
Mhm.
left, you can
Yeah.
hear their conversation. I've been picking up rare candies here or there. They're gonna be for Starmie. We've just
You
been...
raise your level by 1, and it's
Yep.
pretty great.
There's a very important reason for needing at least 2 rare candies that we'll get into when I get there. And these wonderful sliding puzzles. In red and yellow and blue, these tile things were very slow. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, they were very fast. And
Oh,
in
yeah?
this game, they decided to make them like kind of slow again. For some reason.
Anyone remember Twitch Plays Pokemon just being stuck in here? Very, very slow process. I guess they thought it'd be too much for kids to keep up with. I'm not really sure.
Everyone say bye, Kangaskhan.
Goodbye, Kangaskhan. Also, you're not wrong. I don't think that chair was marathon safe. Kerbis,
I don't think it was
that was
anything
really
safe.
risky, honestly. Where's the safety? I thought we were doing marathon safe strats.
I'm reckless. Yeah, Pika vented.
Vented.
I'm
sus.
really appreciating these jokes.
So look at this beautiful Arcanine. This is going to be our ride Pokemon for the next little section. Very majestic.
Fun fact, Arcanine was supposed to be a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, you can see that the first episode in the Pokemon Center with Ash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes
Like,
sense.
it's the legendary birds and then just Arcanine.
You guys ever had 3 birds and a dog in your legendary quad squad? It is actually called the legendary Pokemon as well, which is really funny.
Mm.
Alright, down to the bottom floor we go. And these fights... I wouldn't say they're really scary, but they look scary. There's just a lot going on here. And thankfully my Pikachu is very high level, so I'm gonna be able to do them easier than normal. We're gonna get Helping Hand from Nidoqueen coming in handy again. So I put this Jigglypuff, now Wigglytuff, into my party for this fight. And the reason for that is the fairy type Pokemon are weak to poison. So because of that, this Arbok is going to target the Wigglytuff. Okay, I'm a liar. Oh my god.
Oh my
no.
So,
About that. I should have used the Clefable. Okay, so we have revives, so this is fine. But that's so rare.
I never see that.
So rare. That's a marathon run for you, though.
Oh, I didn't use the.
This game is so stupid. I
Oh my
Use
God.
the revive first, or use the super potion first.
used the super potion before the revive, and that is...
Oh no.
Alright.
I think it's because Wigglytuff is faster than Cubone. Which is
So what
very unfortunate.
we're gonna do here... Arbok down. This is messy. We're getting through it, though.
Yeah, so much for not scary fights.
I know, right?
Here we are.
Sure, let's Bone Club it.
It doesn't have its ability, so. Oh my goodness.
Just hit. So what I was gonna start to say is that since the fairy type is like, or poison is super effective against fairy type, they tend to target the thing that it knows it can kill. Which means both of them won't attack Pikachu, but of course the 1 in 100 thing happened and they both attacked Pikachu. But whatever.
They were like, oh, no. We know that this Pikachu is gonna beat us up.
So the plan for that fight was for the Wigglytuff to faint and for the Nidoqueen to come in its place. And then I could kill the Weezing on the next turn with a Helping Hand Thunderbolt. But, you know, that's the first, like, really dumb thing to happen in this run, so I'll take it. It's still a Pokemon game, after all, at the end of the day.
RNG.
No matter how consistent of a game it is in comparison to some of the other games in the series, there's still wild things that can happen.
There's only some things you can control, and you can't control others. Not to mention there's like no RNG manipulation for this game.
Yeah,
It is
just, you're on your own.
It is kind of my fault, though, because I should have used the Clefable instead of... I should have had a Clefable instead of a Wigglytuff, and it would have been lower level, and I'm pretty sure that it's like 100% chance to target the Clefable. I'm probably wrong about that, though. This game just never fails to surprise me. We went so long with the champion fight at the end of the game. He has a Vileplume, and we went so long with thinking that it would always Solar Beam, and we made strats around it always Solar Beaming, and it just decided to... What's the move it has? Sludge Bomb?
I think so.
One of the other runners of this game, J-Ash, he had it Sludge Bomb and it killed his run. And literally the only time I've ever seen it happen of all the runs I've done and all the runs I've watched, it's the only time I've seen that Vileplume use that move in that situation. And yeah, it has a mind of its own. I always say I think this game is sentient. Like, it does.
It hears us.
It does. It'll do something weird that you've never seen before or you haven't seen in a while, and then suddenly it will do it every run for a week, and then it'll go back to never doing it again. It's
I'm scared of this
Does
game.
that mean you have 1% Kangaskhan spawns now?
I'm terrified of this game. This game is literally haunted. But anyway.
I thought not playing Eevee was the first. You're right. I agree with this person.
We've got another Rhyhorn here, and once again, we're going to Helping Hand double kick it at +6 attack. That's the highest you can modify your stats is +6. So you have to go...
There's no way it's not dying.
You have to go +6, and at level 30, it's guaranteed to kill, but at the usual level 28 that you are for this fight, Even at +6, that double kick is not guaranteed, so you have to helping hand on top of that. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is where the level curve really starts to catch up to Pikachu, because that Rhyhorn, I think, is level 35. And Pikachu's usually only 28 or 29 for that fight. It was 31 there, but... I'm gonna do one little safety thing. There's a max revive up in this corner. Probably won't need to use it anywhere, but, you know, just in case.
Well, based on what happened a second ago, we probably will.
I could have used it in that fight, yeah, if I could have gotten it sooner. Oh, man. This run is funny. I like it. I like what's going on here.
Truly is an experience.
It's actually, like, a pretty decent run outside of that death. And the fact that I didn't get a Rhyhorn. Not really much else to complain about. A couple breakouts, but that's pretty standard. So now we're going to get the equivalent of Fly. This is the best one because it's just a random floating balloon machine and you can steer it, I guess.
You ever trust a Pokemon to just steer a balloon airplane thing? I'm
Seems like
sure
a great idea.
wouldn't, but apparently we do. Because apparently Pikachu's a pilot now.
That's right.
Like I said, multi-talented.
So normally I would lure here before flying. And that would be to try to catch a Ghastly, but I'm already so far ahead on catches, and Ghastly kind of sucks to catch that I'm not going to lure and try to get one. If I happen to run into one, I'll try to catch it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try to get one. Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, but this game is like very casual. It's pretty hand-holdy. Really was targeted at getting more people into the series, I think.
No, I had no idea.
So yeah, it kind of just straight up tells you what you need to do a lot of times.
No way. This game is just so...
Which,
I mean, it's a remake of Yellow. It's
honestly,
not beginner-friendly.
like, Pokemon games are kind of hand-holdy to begin with, but this one is just
especially recently.
Yeah. This one just takes it to the next level. And
They did not used to be this hand-holdy, but now they are. But this is a Gen 7 game, so why am I not surprised?
you can avoid that trainer I just ran past, even though she was looking directly at me. Like,
I cannot do that. I don't know how to do it.
yeah, you just have to like hug the wall. Trainer visions in this game, they're literally like lasers. Take like the center,
so weird.
the center of their model, and like a laser, like a thin laser beam coming out of the center. And that is their vision. Like, you can run basically right in front of their eyes and they won't see you a lot of times. It's kind of funny. Alright, we're gonna get double heal pad. Nope. Sometimes, certain angles that you run into that heal pad, it will just, like, run into it twice for reasons. Okay, I guess I'll try to catch this Ghastly since it ran right into me. But you may or may not see why I don't want to do this when I'm ahead on catches. Thankfully, we have Ultra Balls.
Watch it get in the first ball.
There's a good chance it will, but it's hard to get an excellent throw on Ghastlies, and they like to move around a lot, so you have to bury them. Yeah.
End is at Elite Four when you beat the champion, or aka your rival. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Whoa!
I thought it
We
was
already
Professor
spoiled that there was
Oak.
a Bile Plume. I thought it was Gary Oak, honestly.
All the games before this, the real handholds, and now they're on console. Great.
Oh my gosh.
Lovely.
I mean, you could do this in handheld if you really wanted to.
Yeah, true.
It's so laggy though.
Yeah. This game is pretty
Dude,
laggy in
really?
some spots, even when it's on a docked Switch.
Viridian Forest is real bad.
Viridian Forest is a nightmare.
It's
On
so
handheld?
bad.
Oh god, it's a
Oh my
slideshow.
God. It's
Oh man. I
So...
mean, X and Y, it's a joke.
I was gonna say something, but I forget what it was.
Oh, sorry, I ruined it.
No, I was like trying to think of it before you even said anything. I don't know. head empty, no thoughts.
Dude, I feel that. So there are so many funny people in chat today. The puns, the jokes. Just...
Good crowd.
Yeah, it's a very good crowd.
So for those keeping track, or those not keeping track who want to know, we're up to 39 Pokemon out of 50 with that Ghastly catch.
I'm gonna ask again in 5 minutes.
No problem. We're gonna catch a lot of Pokemon in about 5 minutes, so.
Yeah, we are.
Oh wait, actually, I was
Route
just making a joke
17.
because I thought you weren't gonna catch anything. I'm like,
Yeah, no,
okay.
the Pokemon Road, there's a lot of stuff there.
Okay, I didn't realize it was coming up so soon.
Yeah,
I was gonna be funny and annoying, but I guess I'm not funny and annoying. Now it's just like, oh yeah. Let me just ask again, like a smart person. I wasn't trying to be one.
We're actually gonna be done with catches fairly soon. Like completely done. I get the rematch, the grudge match with Jesse and James. Let's see what they got for me this time.
Oh boy.
If they double target Pikachu again, I might scream, so I apologize in advance. But if it does it, you're gonna see what I mean about this game being sentient. Oh, please do it. I want it to double target the Pikachu so badly.
Oh yeah, so Kerbis is not gonna actually like be catching
boring.
everything fully. I'm so sorry. Kerbis is not gonna be like, if you notice and you're just like keeping track on your own, you'll notice that he actually is gonna be like short, what seems like a few catches, but he's gonna pick up some gift Pokemon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lapras
Okay.
and Porygon.
Yep.
Okay, good. I've done that before where I don't pick up the gift Pokemon because I had too many catches.
Yeah, you get a Lapras and a Porygon just for free later, and grabbing them is faster than anything you can catch. So they wind up being the last two things that you get. So this is how this fight is supposed to go. This is how the last one was supposed to go. It was supposed to be exactly the same, but...
I can guarantee you, if Kerbis gets a shiny, one of two things is gonna happen. One, he either doesn't catch it, or two, he catches it and then grinds it up into candy later on for Starmie.
Correct.
Of course.
The only...
No, you have to get
a shiny.
you have to get a Ponyta and then you have to ride the Rapidash. That's the real strat.
It is windy here.
Alright. It's time to say goodbye to Pikachu, actually.
Oh yeah.
We are gonna take Pikachu out, take Wigglytuff out, take Nidoqueen out.
The Porygon comes from Saffron City. You'll get it
there's
right...
just a dude standing there.
Yeah, you'll get it, I think, near the Pokemon Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's after you clear out Silphco. There's one guy who will give you a Lapras for free, and one who will give you a Porygon for free. As thanks for beating Team Rocket.
Yep.
And they're both...
fast,
I think in the original, you got Lapras like inside Silphco from someone right near the rival fight, and you got Porygon.
Right.
I think Porygon was just like in a Pokeball sitting on a table.
I don't know about the Porygon. I know the Lapras was definitely on the same floor as the rival.
Snorlax time. This is one of the only wild Pokemon in the game you can fight. It's Snorlax and the legendaries, basically. That's it.
Can we go catch a legendary?
We could.
We could.
For content.
You can get Zapdos.
I could do Moltres.
Oh yeah, Moltres is easier.
Do you have the time is the question.
I mean, yeah.
This is a speed run, by the way.
It only takes like 2 minutes or something to catch Moltres. So I'm just gonna
be easy.
run away from Snorlax. in order to catch it, you have to fight it. That takes time. Catching it's kind of hard. It's has a low catch rate. So we don't mess around with Snorlax. We just run away and move on with our day. Another trainer skip here, where we can just hug a fence.
Yep.
Something you, like, we didn't really mention it, but like when you run close to a wall while you're riding a Pokemon, it just kind of auto deposits them, I guess you would say.
It put it back in its Pokeball.
Yeah,
basically.
and then automatically comes back out once you move away from the wall again.
It's because like the hitbox is too small to go over there, so it just puts it away.
Okay,
Yeah, that will
so
come up later.
there are a few kind of mandatory catches that I have to do, and really they're the only catches I have left. Nice.
Eminem is calling you out for saying Porygon is locked behind the game corner. What kind of ROMs have you been playing, Kerbis?
Yeah, I might be making stuff up.
It's okay, we're playing Let's Go. We don't have to know about the other ones. It's fine.
I could have swore there was a Porygon sitting on a table in Silph.Co in at least some game. Maybe it was Fire Red. I don't know.
Sitting on the table, not a
I don't
Porygon.
know.
Well, there's
Yeah,
an Eevee and
there's something.
Celadon, right?
Yes, there is.
I don't know. I might be making stuff up, you know. I do that from time to time. It's not intentional.
Kerbis is really good at storytelling,
Mhm.
so... But yeah, Eminem is right. I do remember it from the game corner, at least. I just didn't know if it was actually Silph.Co. But I didn't question, because honestly,
I'm gonna look it up after this, and if I'm right,
you
I'm.
know what? I'm gonna look it up too. Just for you. Let's see.
Okay, Doduo is one of our required catches. Probably the least important of the three.
In fact, only get it from the Rocket Game Corner.
Alright, I'll take the L on this one.
Including Gen 2, just for reference. In case you thought it was from Gen 2.
Check Fire Red.
Fire Red's also from Rocket Game Corner.
Okay, alright. I lose. You guys are smarter than me.
When the speedrunner doesn't actually know anything about the game, because they just go through the game fast.
Right, I need a Ponyta. Well, I don't need one, but I would really like one.
Just ride a Doduo.
I mean, I could ride the
And you
Arcanine.
could. The Dodrio, if you really wanted to.
I also still have repels, so I can use those right here.
Wow. Isn't Ponyta, like, kinda common?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really common. See, you're probably gonna find an Eevee before the pony.
Which
That
is a
would
5%.
be-
Based on this.
there's a pony.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, we're good.
So I just did something there. I bought those repels a long time ago, and I have them specifically for that reason. If I have because I mentioned earlier, every route has only a certain number of Pokemon that can spawn at a time. If like a route is full and there's nothing that I want there, I can use a repel to clear out everything that's currently spawned, and then use another lure to get more stuff to spawn. So it's kind of like a backup thing only, but it's pretty useful sometimes in certain situations.
It's a big waste of money, but honestly, I'm pretty sure by the end of this run you have so much money.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
budgeted
you're-
in, like
you're good.
you have plenty of other items to kind of make up for. Like, the money isn't really an issue, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, I want to ride this Rapidash, so I'm going to use a rare candy. Because you can't ride a Ponyta, you can only ride a Rapidash. So, I'm going to rare candy it to evolve it right away. And Rapidash is exactly the same speed as the Arcanine I was just riding. But the Rapidash is better because it's level 40 instead of level 22 or whatever the Rapidash was. So keeping a level 40 Pokemon in my party, it's going to level up way less than the level 20-something Pokemon. So it's just going to not waste time on a bunch of level ups for the rest of the run. Because this will be my ride Pokemon for the rest of the run. Actually... That scared me.
That scared me too. I thought you were hitting that girl.
If you walk too far away from your second controller, your second player, it like pauses so that it can respawn the player in. Yeah, I thought I hit the trainer. That was spooky. I thought I already got rid of the second player. What was I saying? I was in the middle of a sentence.
I really wish I could tell you, but I was staring at a wall.
Oh, the shinies. I don't know how many shinies I've seen. I don't remember.
We just have to talk about the rarest
I've
ones.
seen a Caterpie, a Pidgeotto, and a Jigglypuff.
I've seen...
The only one he's actually caught is the Jigglypuff.
I've seen a Pidgey, a Pidgeotto, a couple Geodudes, a Paris, a Rapidash, a Dragonair.
Yeah, the Dragonair. I remember when I got the Dratini, we like bonded over it. Because you had the Dragonair before.
I didn't catch... The only one of those I caught was the Paris.
I have a cool flex one. I was doing a diploma run, and in that we use Alolan Muck, which you get through a trade with a guy in a place.
Cinnabar.
And yeah, that's what I was trying to say. No, and I got the shiny through the trade, which is really cool.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're learning surf here. Another secret technique for Pikachu to just surf on water, because
Yeah.
electric
with a little
mouse
surfboard.
rodents are...
At least surfing Pikachu has been canon for like
Yeah.
a long time.
That's an
Well,
actual
flying
thing.
Pikachu.
This Skydash nonsense is the new age
No,
stuff.
no.
No, flying through the
Green
shoe
for
was a
yellow.
thing. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm a fake fan. You guys are slowly learning this about me.
That's really good he got a Starmie so early, by the way. Oh, it's tiny.
Okay, I looked at the
You sent
CP.
it to CP?
Yeah, it's a mistake. So in the top right corner, there's a stat called CP, which is another thing from Pokemon Go. It basically is supposed to just tell you like the general strength of the Pokemon. The Starries on this route can range from like roughly 950 to 1150. That's not exact, but it's like roughly that range. This one was like 1097 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty high CP, but the only stat that really matters is special attack. So you can have a 1090 CP Staryu with like maxed out everything and then 0 special attack IVs, and it's so bad. I've had it happen so many times.
Yeah.
It's like I don't even get my hopes up when I see a high CP. But
You question why they have such weird names for HMs, and yet they called Eevee's special moves Sizzly Slide, Bouncy Bubble, Batty Bad,
Batty Bad is the best one. That's top notch right there.
Bouncy Glow. It's just... I mean,
Okay.
this game is so watered down. It's
So
fun speedrun, though.
this is so weird. My party is like empty.
They all
Okay.
evolve.
This is a pretty decent Starmie. So the 2 rare candies are important because I need Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump, Staryu learns it at level 45. Starmie does not learn it on level ups. So I have to get that level 45 before I use this Water Stone. So that's the big reason for the 2 rare candies. We'll see exactly what my stats are here. I'm going to teach Starmie Scald, which is the TM I got from Misty. Like, I don't know, an hour and a half ago.
Not using Batty Bad.
So 117 special attack is definitely slightly above average. But average is good in this case. Average is perfectly fine.
As
And
long as it's not below average. Hey, look, a Magmar.
it's 114 speed, which is kind of like the minimum that I'm like really happy with. If it was any lower, I would be a little upset. But 114 speed is totally fine. It only really matters for one fight. And that fight is coming up soon. So we're going to see another 2-controller fight here. This one's kind of interesting because, well, firstly, I'm going to do something that Greta kind of mentioned earlier. I'm going to
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it.
use my second controller to block this trainer. So he, like, normally when he sees you, he would walk all the way over before you start the fight. But if you use the second controller, you can just stop them. Kind of cool little thing. Like, barely saves any time, but it's funny. Before we started using 2-controller strats, this was like maybe the single worst fight in the game. Because this Electrode is fast, and it hits hard. It hits like a truck. But similar to the Wigglytuff, this Doduo is acting as bait. It's weaker than Starmie, so that Thunderbolt is almost always going to target the Doduo instead. So that Starmie is completely safe.
I'm glad you said that before, or after it did the attack, because that way you don't jinx it.
Yeah.
Especially after what happened earlier.
So I'm then going to revive that Doduo because I need it for a fight in a little bit.
Oh yeah, in previous games it's not a ladder.
You just
kinda
fall.
down the middle.
Yeah.
It's not even that like obvious either.
Also, I'm done with catches, by the way. That Staryu was the last thing I needed to catch.
Nice. So what's your catch count?
46. Or 47, actually.
Okay, I'll ask you again in 5 minutes when you evolve the Doduo to 40.
Yeah, all I have to do is evolve the Doduo and get the free Lapras and Porygon that we were talking about earlier. Nice, I made that cycle. Spinners are very predictable in this game, thankfully. It's like a very set interval that they have in between every time they spin. Sometimes the direction they spin is random, but like they never spin 2 times quickly back to back.
It's so nice because if you've ever played Crystal, the spinners in that game literally spaz out. And it is hilarious, but it's so terrible for a speedrun. So awful. Luckily this game is very like lax with spinners. Pretty much any 3D Pokemon game has very lax spinners just because they have to like take the animation to move and stuff.
So there is a leaderboard for 1-controller any percent runs, but it's definitely like mostly just a like history preservation thing. It's like nobody really runs it that way. So 3rd gym, by the way, out of 8. Finally, we're at our 3rd gym.
Oh yeah.
We're finally
1,
here.
2, 8.
And the requirement to challenge this gym is just finding the secret key, which is exactly the same as it was in the original.
Yeah, the original, you could basically kind of just go all over the place if you really wanted. But they did have like a suggested order based on like your gym badge case, basically.
And if I get any of these questions wrong, I have to fight a trainer, by the way, so kind of scary. I've never messed them up, but it's another menu where you actually have to press down and then press A to confirm, like, if you want to pick the second answer, and almost all the answers are the second answer. So if your Joy-Con just, like, refuses to take the down input, which happens a lot, you can very easily wind up in an extra fight that loses you, like, a minute, or maybe more.
I love how that curtain, by the way, was a Magmar.
Yeah.
I didn't actually realize that.
So I have this Shaler Sable to heal the confusion. That item Okay, I got burned. That's fine. That's not really a big deal. I think. I hope.
Let's hope Starmie has good special attack.
I can just 2-controller this, actually. I'm going to do that for the next turn. Just to be safe. Starmie probably will be fine. It's slower than the Rapidash that's about to come out, which is the only concern. It's going to use Flare Blitz. And I think I can still survive with the Flare Blitz and the burn damage, but I'm just going to be safe and bring out the second controller. Yes, I can just do this mid-battle whenever I want. And I'll heal Starmie this turn. Actually, where's my Pikachu? There we are. Heal the burn. Oh, quick attack the Doduo. Interesting.
Is that bad for Doduo?
Yeah. I still have another revive, so it's fine.
Also, I love how long like the game took that first turn to like think, basically calculate what's going on, because that took like a good 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you'll see later with the Archer double fight in Sofco.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really bad.
Turns are very slow.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, that was a little messy, but fine. So good thing I grabbed the max revive, so I still have some kind of revive. Yeah, thank you for your help there, buddy. The next stretch is pretty easy. We're just gonna go back to 2 of the gyms that we skipped earlier. With Pikachu, they would have been kind of challenging. With Starmie, they are a piece of cake.
You're basically like, I mean, you're the level that you're supposed to be for the 7th gym. And obviously with the earlier gyms, those are lower level.
Yeah, doing the intended
Overall,
3rd and 4th
everything.
gym.
And yeah, you'll
Especially
see
down
if you've like seen this gym in the other versions of Kanto.
Oh yeah.
The trash cans in here, they're like random, but in this they're set, so we don't even have to deal with that. So that's really nice.
Yep, same 2 trash cans every single time. We love to see it. They even they try to trick you, like give you those 2 odd colored trash cans.
Mhm.
Those are not the correct ones.
It really baits you.
Yeah, this gym is just the challenge to enter this gym is just having up down, aka cut.
Which is required to even get in the gym, so I don't
Yeah.
really get why they
Like,
put that in there.
Half of the gym requirements are just like already built in, like things that you are gonna do anyway to progress the game. So these Surge's Pokemon are like in the levels like 20s. Starmie's level 45, so this is nothing. I just scald them and win. Press A and win. The next gym requirement is my favorite one.
It's a good one.
This is like Nugget Bridge version 2. Or it's just like a stretch of like
Yeah.
6 minutes where really nothing's going on.
I mean, you're just basically steamrolling these gyms, and I mean,
Yeah.
as you probably know, when you steamroll something, it's not exactly the most interesting. I'm sorry. But now it's the satisfaction of like, oh yeah, I wasn't doing any gyms for an hour. Let's suddenly just do a bunch of them now.
So we just got the Thunderbolt TM. I'm going to use that on Starmie right away. So this is Starmie's final moveset, Scald, Hydro Pump, Psychic, Thunderbolt. Pretty good coverage for the things you have to face in the rest of this game. Starmie doesn't really have trouble with anything it comes across, honestly. So Erica's gym, the requirement to challenge it is you have to have a Pokemon that is cute. So we'll find out if my Starmie is cute enough.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm a girl. I think it looks pretty cute.
Super cute. Okay, we passed. We did it.
It smells good.
It does.
I wonder how that Starmie feels, honestly. I wonder if there's even a way to not pass that.
No, unless you click B and then exit the gym. That's
Also,
it.
this is the first gym we've seen that, well, I guess Blaine's gym as well, has a pretty heavy redesign from the original game. It's much more maze-like, much bigger. Blaine's gym got turned into a quiz show, which you already could answer questions to skip trainers in the original game, but it was just like a machine that you talk to and it asks you a question.
Yeah.
This is probably the most major redesign.
Yeah.
Also, trainers just can't really see you.
Yeah, like once again, their vision is just
Yeah, you just hug the wall and you're good.
a laser beam. Very easy to skip all those trainers. I don't know if they meant to do that or if it was just like
I don't know.
it's confusing,
Worked
but
for us.
hey, yeah, I don't
think they expected people to hug the corners.
I don't want to fight a bunch of level 25 Tangalas and Glooms. That would just be boring. So I'm glad that we don't have to fight any trainers in this gym. We take those. Instead, we'll just have to fight one Tangela.
Even Muck is cute. Yep. Absolutely correct.
Yeah, you can show any Pokemon to the front of that gym and they will call it cute, so all Pokemon cute confirmed. Well, at least all Generation 1 Pokemon. Personally, I'm a right Joy-Con user.
I am too.
Same.
I actually wonder which one's more common.
It has to be right.
I feel like it's right.
Because I know Josh uses left, but he's also left-handed, so
Yeah.
I'm more
I
of
don't
a Pokeball kind of person.
Pokeball Plus.
Yep. Just gotta use that. That sounds like the best one. Oh yeah, so Kerbis has got his Dodrio now. Now he's at 48, I think. I mean, I don't know
Yep.
for sure. I don't have the tracker.
That's right.
Which means he only needs to grab the Lapras and the Porygon, and then he'll be able to go into Koga's gym. And then once he goes into Koga's gym, then he can just finish the game, pretty much.
Yep, it's pretty much just a gym rush, plus Silph.Co, which we're gonna do right now.
Required. Yep.
So I'm gonna fly from Celadon City to Celadon City.
Mm.
It's just faster to fly than to run all the way up to the corner so that we can get over to Saffron.
Not to mention you have to cut the bush.
Oh, Arcanine. That's a 1% spawn.
Ooh.
Oh,
We've
that's
seen
crazy.
a Clefable, 2 Kangaskhans, a Charmander, and an Arcanine this run.
This would be a really good AOP run.
Yeah. Well, the Arcanine is kind of useless, but yeah, the Clefable and Kangaskhan right away, those are very good.
I bet you would get this, what is it? Is it Scyther in this game?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But you get the Scyther first try.
and the Dratini.
Dratini's only a 4%
Yeah, it's
spawn,
4.
I think, but
It's
it
4.
feels like a 1%. It's
It's because you're in the water. There's not a lot
yeah.
of
There
spawns there.
there are certain like routes, like certain pathways and waterways that Pokemon just really don't like to spawn because they're too narrow.
Yeah.
And the only route you can catch Dratini on is like that, and it's really annoying.
Oh yeah, so Blue is gonna want to test our trainer to see if
Yeah.
they can actually take on Team Rocket. I mean, I don't know. We're level 45. I feel like it's kind of hard, especially taking on a king.
Yes, this is going to be another fight like the one with Growlithe earlier, where we kind of take turns. This Executor, Starmie can't reliably kill it in one turn, but this Dodrio can. So we're gonna feed it an X attack, and it can Drill Peck, which is super effective against the grass type. Always gonna kill. And then he's gonna send out a Charizard, which the Starmie can handle. So feeding each other X items. Teamwork. So people have done a lot of alt main runs of this game, which is just pick a Pokemon other than Starmie to do the late game with, basically. And one of the ones that's been done is a Alolan Muck.
Alolan Muck is actually so sick.
Okay, so I mentioned
Really
earlier
good.
that fight with the Electrode was like used to be one of the worst fights in the game. I'm saving right now for the first time this whole run because this is now the worst fight in the game. It's like 50-50, I would say. Like, half the time, you're just gonna die. And there's nothing you can do about it. Because you are doing a double battle alongside your rival, and he just has this Cubone that never wants to cooperate. And there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to let the Cubone be a Cubone, and spam Psychic until things work out in your favor.
Hopefully it explodes.
The ideal situation is a Muck does not protect and Electrode does explode. And he's Thunderbolt. That is not good. And you can see how slow these turns are, so every extra turn that gets added on loses a lot of time. Okay, Cubone is trying.
Nice. You did, yeah.
He's putting in the effort. I respect it. I do have to heal, unfortunately. The Thunderbolt sucks. You just gotta heal until it stops using Thunderbolt or until Cubone kills it. Okay, it's self-destructed. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh wow, that did a lot of damage to Eradicate. And Cubone killed it. Okay, well this is gonna be a clean 4-turn, it looks like. That is pretty good. Very good, actually. The optimal fight here is 3 turns, but that's pretty rare. Doesn't happen very often. I'd say I've done a lot of runs of this game throughout this year, and I've maybe gotten a 3-turn like 5 or 6 times. Yeah, Cubone's getting pumped. Getting pumped to do nothing while I Psychic everything and win. Oh, good Archer.
Nice cleaning fight.
Cubone really showed up there. Get an auto heal after this fight. Pretty convenient. That's the reason we never use a Pokemon Center, is there's so many free auto heals.
The newer gens are very, very kind with that kind of stuff. Like, I think even just starting in Gen 5, they just started handing out free heals left and right. It's kind of crazy.
The biggest benefit of them is restoring all the PP for our moves. Because usually health isn't like really a big issue. Like, we could just use a super potion after a fight in a lot of situations where we get auto heals. But you can only use your moves so many times before you have to heal, so it's a big benefit there.
Somehow, Trace got up here. faster than us, by the way.
He's a ninja. That's the second time he's done that. So he's gonna take on Archer once again while we move on. Push ahead.
What a good guy.
And we get to fight Jesse and James for the last time? Yeah. This is what, the 4th fight with them?
I have not
Yeah.
been keeping count. You think I can count after the gym order? I mean, come on.
I'm pretty sure it's 4. We have the one in Mount Moon, the one in Rocket Hideout, the one in Lavender Tower, and this one. And gonna kill this Arbok first because it has glare and we don't want to be paralyzed. And hopefully this Weezing Thunderbolts the Dodrio instead of Starmie. And it does. Good. If Starmie would have got paralyzed there, it would have been a little messy. Because I don't actually have anything to heal paralysis right now. But that doesn't happen too often. And thankfully it didn't. So now we're at the... This is the top floor of the building, by the way. It's the president's office. Got Giovanni in here trying to shake him down.
Oh no.
And
It's kind of an intense situation for adults.
yeah, no kids allowed. Also, this poor president, his hairline is looking rough.
No.
I don't have to do him like that.
You didn't have to bury him in the sand.
Honestly, I never even noticed it until right this second. That was just like an actual, like, gut reaction. There are a lot of things I noticed, like, after running this game for 2 years. Like, it took me over a year to realize the first trainer you fight after your arrival at the beginning of the game is wearing a Weedle shirt.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my god.
Never noticed it was a Weedle.
You guys both
Oh.
discovered that during that AOP race, and I was like, what are you guys doing?
I'd seen that guy's shirt, that kid's shirt, and there's like multiple of them in the run that wear the same shirt.
Yeah.
I'd seen that probably hundreds of times, and I never noticed it, that it was a Weedle.
I'm more interested in the posters on the wall, but I can't really tell what they are.
Yeah, in this room, there's posters on the wall that are like the legendary birds. They're like paintings.
Ah.
That's Zapdos there.
If there's one thing I really like about this game, it's just the overworld design is so detailed and nice.
The woman in the background, I assume, is just a secretary.
Also, you can't leave this room without getting the Master Ball, and I tried to leave the
Yeah.
room thanks to my memory with Red is you can just leave the room. But if you try, he's gonna stop you and be like, wait, no, come back. He's so scared. And right now, Kerbis is gonna go to the elevator and go down and grab Lapras because Lapras is in a different place compared to the original game. And that's gonna be Pokedex entry number 49.
That's right. This floor is really good because it has the Lapras, and there's also a rare candy right next to it.
Good stuff, honestly.
Like, coming up here just to get the Lapras would be worth it, but the fact that there's a rare candy just sitting there, even better.
It's just a Nintendo Switch Lite. That's why
Yeah,
it's 50% smaller.
those totally existed when this game came out, so.
They probably had to scale down the models, I imagine.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
here's our Porygon. And there you go, there's 50.
Good old number
Now
50.
he doesn't have to catch anymore. I know you guys
Good.
were still looking forward to it because it's a Pokemon Go game, but done.
It's gonna be really embarrassing when I don't actually have 50.
Oh no.
We're
go
just
catch
running
that
and kicked
Moltres.
by Koga. We're good.
Yeah.
That was the point.
That's an actual category too, by the way.
Yeah.
Get kicked by Koga.
Last shopping trip of the run. I'm gonna load up on a ton of X items. Buying 11 of them, because you can just press right to buy 11 instead of 1. Rather than scrolling, we have so much money, like rather than scrolling to the exact amount we need, it's faster to just buy 11 because we have enough money for it, so. Easy shopping trip. And Sabrina's gym is really cool too. I think it's one of the better redesigns of all the gyms. And the requirement for this gym is to have a level 45 Pokemon. It's just Misty's gym on steroids. And we have a level 46 Starmie.
This gym is really cool, honestly. I like the redesign of this. I mean, I like the redesign of a lot of the gyms in this game.
Yeah.
See, the problem is the teleporters are so slow.
Oh, yes,
It's
they
so
are.
bad.
But these trainers don't really spin around too much.
Yeah, they're predictable just like all the other spinners. It's a blessing.
Thank goodness, because you really don't want to hit optionals.
Also, the Joy-Cons by default, if you like click the stick in, it counts as pressing the A button. So there was one time where I was like running past one of these trainers and I accidentally clicked the stick in because I was like pressing it too hard. And I had to fight them. So
Oh no!
when they released the capability to remap controls on Switch controllers, I just disabled that button.
Thank goodness they released that.
Yeah. Alright, so Sabrina's kind of a weird fight. This Mr. Mime is most likely going to light screen, which buffs the team's special defense for 5 turns. And Starmie is a special attacker, so I have to like do a lot of setup. And like wait, just like stall basically until this light screen runs out. Like this Scald would normally kill if the light screen wasn't active.
It's a nice burn you have there.
Yeah. Yeah, Scald can burn. We don't really use it in any way. We just use Scald because it's a powerful special attack water type move. But it can burn as well. And this is a free win from here. Thunderbolt for this Slowbro. Slowbros are kind of tanky, aren't they?
Yes, they're tanky in defense, while Slowkings are actually tanky in special defense.
Gotcha.
They'll usually get one shot by a special attack, although they have a lot of HP. I do like Sabrina's hair, like just moving around in the background.
It's
Yeah.
really cool. I really love her design in this game. And Erica too. They're just so good.
I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but Sabrina like levitates whenever she tells a Pokemon to use a move.
Yeah, she does. Those psychic powers come to play.
Okay, so we're gonna do a lot of bag movement stuff, a lot of menuing stuff. We want to, like I did with the super potions earlier, swap the hyper potions to the top of the bag, because this is gonna be our primary healing item now. Elixir. Use our other 2 rare candies. Starmie just needs a little buff for the rest of the game. We don't need any Pokemon anymore except for Rapidash, because it's our ride Pokemon. So we don't want things leveling up for no reason. And I'm going to switch. My X special attacks are going to be the most common in-fight item that I use for the rest of the run. So I want them to be in the last slot because I can get to them in one input. We use them enough that it's worth it to take the time to swap them. And there's no Safari Zone in this game, so in the originals you would go through the Safari Zone and like find the gold teeth.
They just find it on the ground.
But,
I mean, that's
yeah.
they think it's just actual gold, and then they realize it's teeth, and they're like, wow, this is nasty. Take it.
I'm like low-key half tempted to save for Caden.
Do you need to?
Probably not. Okay, I didn't fail to count to 50. We did it.
We're good.
Okay, good, because they failed counting to 8.
Caden?
And counting the... I don't even know what the other one was that I said I couldn't count.
Caden has this sick tendency to ruin my runs. So
Today's gonna be a good day then.
I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm
Oh,
terrified of this fight. There's so many times where it's just destroyed me. And I'm not giving it a chance.
I'm disappointed in you, Kerbis.
That's okay. Caden is scary. Like, this fight is scarier than Koga. Like,
No, that's fair though. This he could do like.
I want him to protect turn 1, and he did. So that's good. This Muck is scary because its moveset is Protect, Toxic, Minimize, Moonblast. Moonblast is fine. Protect turn 1 is fine. But if it minimizes and I start to miss, and then it pulls me with Toxic, it gets real messy. And I've died to that fight many times.
Very, very slow.
Koga can kind of do some of the same things, but doesn't seem to as often. Oh, okay. Forgot where the wall was there. That was interesting.
No.
I mean, to be fair, the walls are kind of invisible, but I have done this run so many times, I should know where that is.
How many Kogas are there? That you can see?
Too many Kogas.
I can't count to 4.
Alright, so let's see. Counting to 8. 1, 2, 7, 3, 4, 6, 5.
I think that's right.
Sounds right to me.
And then you gotta do 8 as the last number.
Right.
Otherwise we're not counting 8 now, are we?
Getting these turn 1 protects are good because usually nothing will use protect 2 turns in a row. So it protects while we're using an item, which doesn't matter. And then it's a free shot on the second turn, basically. But everything in this gym can protect. So you're bound to get at least 1 or 2 most of the time. I got 1 on the Beedrill, 1 on the Venomoth. That actually cost me turns.
Caden should be the gym leader, then you're evil.
Caden is scary.
This is literally chaotic thinking.
This Muck is probably going to protect. I'm just too good. I know this game too well.
It just likes to throw things at you.
I know the patterns of what it does. Alright, well that was smooth. Also, I love the high fives every time you beat a gym.
It's a good touch,
It's
a good attention to detail. I cannot English, honestly. I'm not surprised though.
Wait, Kerbis, I have an important question. Do you split on the high 5 or on the fade to black?
On the high five, of course.
Interesting.
It's the only way to go.
There's no other way to split, honestly, for that one.
I mean, the only reason I see to fade to split on the fade to black is if you have an evolution, like in the earlier gyms, but it doesn't matter now.
Yep. Strong push, not strength. Also, just the blocks that you push with strong push, they look so weird. I don't know what it is. Using a repel here because I'm gonna have to run through a bunch of grass in the next stretch of the run. And obviously we are done with catching. Because we are done with Koga. And this gym is still locked.
Wonder where the gym leader is.
I wonder who the gym leader is.
Yo,
It's a
I have
mystery.
no idea. Like, honestly. He's just so mysterious. I mean, he hasn't been in the gym for so long. I bet it's Blue, honestly.
And wait, here's the joke. Wait,
Yeah.
that's the joke.
The joke. So
It's so good.
in the
I'm sorry.
original games, when you're starting up the game and like it asks you to name your character, then it asks you to name your rival, they just pull like the dumb thing like, oh, this is my grandson. What's his name again? Just so they can like let you name your rival. And when you come in here, Professor Oak is like,
He asks, what's his name?
yeah.
And Blue's like, it's not even, no one laughs at that. It's not even funny. You gotta stop.
Very good referential humor in this game.
Yeah, and the bike thing. It's so good.
Yeah, the bike shop.
This game was very nicely written.
It was. They did good.
So, as it turns out, we have to go back up to Viridian to get to the gym again. Turns out it's faster to run through Route 1 than it is to fly up there. Like, my gut told me, like, just fly. It's like a whole city away, right? But, like, I timed it.
I guess that load time is so...
It's like, it's so
Massive.
much faster to run.
It's crazy.
Like, way faster than I ever expected.
Yeah, meanwhile in Sword and Shield, you like have to move 2 steps and you teleport over.
We can manipulate this gym and skip 2 trainers by talking to this trainer from behind. If you were to follow the path and like kind of hit them from the front, like it wants you to do, that trainer would like walk up and block your path a little bit, and you'd have to go all the way around and exit the gym to get its like reset. But if we talk to him from behind, it skips 2 trainers.
I wonder what kind of gym this is.
I wonder what flavor lollipop that is.
Honestly, I would love to know that. I would love a lollipop right now, because for the past like hour I've been thinking about, man, I would really go for some food right now.
Okay, this fight, normally, you would one-hit KO this Nidoking with Hydro Pump. But Hydro Pump is an 80% accurate move, and if you miss it, you might die. So I'm just going to do 2 controller fight and play it safe for this run. You can just cheat, do a Scald with a X special attack, and it will always kill. So this is an instance where like the 1 controller fight is faster, but it's a little risky. I think it's like 7 seconds faster or something to just do the Hydro Pump. I might be making that number up though.
Oh, I hate this trainer. I know he's not that bad in this game, but I hate this trainer.
Yeah, like the equivalent of this guy in red is scary. But no red bar strats here, and we just have Scald against the Graveler. Easy money.
Thank goodness, because he sucks in the original.
Alright,
Who
time
is
for us
it?
to find out.
Oh my goodness,
Look
it's
who it is.
Giovanni!
He has a plate of berries. Just
Yeah. The comically large blueberries.
Who would have guessed? The Team Rocket leader. I love how it's like even Pokemon berries, an orange berry and a raspberry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I saved before this fight. The only reason I did that is because if he crits me with anything, I'm probably dead, and there's not really anything I can do about that. I'm going to use an X defense to make his moves weaker, but if a move crits, it ignores any, like, stat buffs, so it's just a death no matter what if you get crit. Usually. If it's on turn 1, sometimes you have enough HP to be fine. But looks like we're in the clear, so that's good. That Doug Trio is really fast. It's like one of the only things in this run that we wind up giving like an extra turn to because it's faster. There are other things that are faster, but we wind up using X speeds to make them slower. Or to make us faster, so that they are slower than us. But this is, once you get set up, a lot of the fights for the rest of the game are just like, once you get past the setup, it's just spam moves and win. But the setup can be scary on some of them.
This gym is really easy for Starmie.
Yeah.
Pikachu would probably cry coming over here.
I don't even want to imagine that.
Well, there's a category for it.
There is. It's a mistake, though.
This is why Eevee's so good. Alright, well, the gym's shut down now.
Everyone go
I don't
home.
really know how that's gonna manage.
No one else
It'll
is
be
allowed.
okay.
The Elite Four is closed.
No more trainers can now challenge the gym.
So now you're gonna get like a cool little bit of lore, I guess. In the originals, Giovanni just runs off and there's nothing after that. And then in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you find out Blue took over the Viridian City Gym. But in this game, they explicitly put that in. That whole conversation is him saying like, yeah, I'm gonna take over here now.
I trust him.
I do too. He'll be good.
Now
Until
this
he beats people up in Crystal and it sucks.
this fight, I'm going to use 2 controllers on this one as well, but this one it's actually just faster to do that. It's not even a safety play. Like, the fight is a lot safer, but it's also faster. Because it requires a lot of setup, and if you're doing all the setup on Pidgeot, it has chances to sand attack you. It gets messy. But it kind of works out perfectly, because I can kill this Pidgeot on turn 1. I'm strong enough to do that with only 1 X special attack. And then the rest of the stuff, I kind of need more than 1. But I have more turns to set that up. Like, Rapidash is just pumping X items into Starmie's whole fight.
Rapidash is helping.
We need the X speed to outspeed the Jolteon. Jolteon has Thunder, so if Jolteon is faster than us, we die.
I don't think you need to do that in Eevee version with a Raichu.
Yeah, I think you're correct. I don't think you need to. I'm not sure, actually. You might still need to.
I know Raichu's pretty kind of slow in that game. Jolteon's like really, really speedy. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna need to. Cause like, I think Raichu in that game is...
I mean, Raichu's pretty fast. It's not as fast as Jolteon, but I think it might still be faster than Starmie.
No, I'm pretty sure it's slower than Starmie. It's really weird. Let's see, yeah, it's 110. Starmie's 115. Really weird stuff, honestly. It used to be 100, but then it got buffed for some reason.
Alright, we gotta pass all the badge checks.
Oh
Let's
no.
see. Let's see if we properly counted to 8. We properly counted to
I lost
50,
count.
so I hope we properly counted to 8.
Yeah, we're good. It was a struggle
See?
to count to 8, but we're good.
1, 2, 7,
Is
3.
this 3? This is
Well,
my favorite game. 4. Is that like 6?
I never remember which one's supposed to be 5 and which one's supposed to be 6.
It's interchangeable, I think. 5. And then 8. Oh, yay, we did.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
We did it.
Thank goodness, because I lost count.
So, one more fight that I'm going to use 2 controllers as a safety strat. This Kangaskhan ruins runs. It's probably the second worst fight in the game behind the Archer double fight. But if I do 2 controller, it's pretty safe. It's like 10 to 15 seconds slower.
You need to hit a hydro pump, and
Yeah, it's another hydro pump fight, and this one I'm actually gonna try to hit the hydro pump still. It's just like the Nidoking would have gone down to a normal hydro pump, but this one you need a +2 hydro pump, and even then it's not guaranteed. Like this Kangaskhan is really beefy, so in a 2 controller fight I can feed it the X special attack and hydro pump on the same turn. And if it doesn't kill, I can give it another X special attack and just Scald on the next turn. But the hydro pump hit and it killed, so nice. No damage taken. We're getting close.
getting close to catching that Moltres.
Oh yeah. Do we want to catch the Moltres?
Do you have time?
Yeah, sure.
Just prolong out the event longer, because I know no one wants it to end. I don't want it to end. I definitely do not want to get food.
Me neither.
Plus, not to mention the fact that I got texted being like, what are you doing, basically? And I'm like, I'm busy. Give me 2 hours.
Ooh, avoided the hypnosis. Nice. Avoided the hypnosis again. Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Look at you.
What a slippery little Starmie.
Nice play on words. So you say that anime isn't real, but yet Yellow is based off the anime. So, checkmate.
Free heal here.
I imagine you're probably gonna have to take that again if you get the
Oh
the
yeah.
Moltres. Don't you have to push that rock all the way back too?
Just have to push it right here.
Okay.
Once it gets put onto the switch, it stays there.
Okay, good.
You can even leave the cave and come back in and it will stay.
It's not like that in the original.
Yep.
So thank you.
Alright, let's go catch Moltres, just for fun. It only takes a couple minutes, really.
Need it for the content.
I'll
Nice
even
fiery
play
bird.
the little cutscene.
I don't think you can skip that.
Oh, you
no,
can.
you can.
Oh, you can? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So, like the Snorlax, you have to fight the Moltres.
But this one, you actually have to beat it to catch it. I mean, we could just run. But that's boring.
We've come this far. We can't leave now.
Bye, Rapidash.
It lived.
And
Oh,
we have a Master Ball.
Wow,
wow, how
perfect.
convenient.
All the legendaries have like this little animation where they try to dodge the Master Ball, but obviously they cannot. Extra Starmie
Get an extra
experience.
level, yeah.
Now I'm gonna get Bruno turnarounds.
Saw Jesse earlier.
And yeah, so you'll see right here, basically what we did on Route 17 with the white fence, we're doing again for Alexa to avoid her. There you go.
That was scary.
Very, very, very blind as well, by the way.
That's
Yeah.
All these trainers really need some glasses.
that's the scariest trainer skip, just
That
because
one, oh, it's so bad.
I feel like it's the hardest one, and also it's at the end of the run, so. And
Yeah,
also,
it's not good.
if you hit it, she has like a Dragonair and some other stuff that you don't want to be fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta Hydro Pump this Jinx. Thankfully I hit it. That one I'm willing to just risk the Hydro Pump because Jinx can't really do anything to me if I miss. Other than put me to sleep. But, you know, whatever.
5 turns of sleep later.
Yeah. I should watch what I say.
Mm-hmm. Seen it happen too many times this past week.
Yeah, Mewtwo tries to swat the Master Ball away. Also does not work.
The Master Ball is sentient. It has a mind of its own.
Also, there's some really dumb like design choices with this game. One of them being you have to press A to push this block every time, instead of just running into it like you can in basically every other Pokemon game when you're using Strength.
Yeah, I do not get that one. I guess not to accidentally push it in the wrong direction, but it's still so silly.
And Pikachu is glowing. That is just to signify that Strong Push is active.
I mean, that one makes sense at least.
I timed that one time. I think it takes like 30 seconds to push that block.
It's so long. Like, why?
We can't even swag Boulder.
We just have to play the game for as long as possible.
Yeah, that's the content we needed.
It is. Are you kidding? I want that kind of content.
You gotta get your workout in with your strong pushes across the entire cave.
Oh, avoiding the Power Whip. Nice.
Ooh.
Alright, this is our last fight, by the way, before the Elite Four. We're almost there.
Pikachu's on fire. Honestly, it kind of looks like that. I'm not
Oh
gonna lie.
no. Oh no.
Maybe that Rapidash spread its fire.
Alright. We get a nice
We're
little
here.
buddy cutscene with Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
Little pep talk. We're finally here.
Well, you were only useful for me until up past the second gym.
Yeah, but he's been providing moral support on the shoulder the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, Pikachu sucks.
Whoa!
Wow.
Look at
He's
him.
better.
Look at him.
Don't give me that. Don't even. I don't care. That's the face of an evil monster. Who
Anyway,
knows
so
what's
here's
coming to
Lorelei
the
again.
members.
We got to see Lorelei before. She's back.
Chilling
Still
on her
chilling
Lapras.
on the Lapras.
That Lapras has a mean side eye.
It does.
Again, I really like the redesigns for some of these. Like this.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really
So
good. Oh yeah, Waterfall can flinch. Not that that matters since we're using X items.
Yeah. Oh, the crit. The saucy crit.
Get into torrent range.
I scalded.
Oh no.
That's fine. I'm gonna heal though, because I don't think anything has a priority move here, but I ain't risking that.
But torrent.
I'm kind of glad Torrent doesn't exist in this game, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
This is a free win from here. Most of the Elite Four fights, once I get past the setup, it's just spam some moves. But the last 3 fights in particular, the setup can be scary. Rapidash killing it, level 45.
Dude, let's go Rapidash. I'm surprised you didn't deposit it, but I know, like...
Just for safety.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
I
Especially
would-
with,
yeah.
how Champ can go.
I want the ability to use the max revive if I need to. Lorelei's face when she loses, it's so good. So dramatic.
Yeah, she's calm again. She's like, oh, you beat me, but it's okay. I was just taking it easy on you.
Nothing terribly interesting going on with Bruno, because fighting type trainer against a stab psychic, that doesn't go over too well for him.
You say fighting type, and,
Well, it's an
yeah,
Onyx.
there's an Onyx out here.
Other than the Onyx. The Onyx still goes down to the psychic though.
Onyx has very terrible special defense, as we mentioned earlier in the run.
Yeah.
Has very good defense though, and also really good speed for no reason, by the way.
Onyx does?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Well,
it's really fast.
all I know is it's faster than Oddish, but I don't think Oddish
No,
is very
it's
fast.
really fast.
That's interesting.
Hold on. I think it's like 90 base speed or something, which is really fast for a rock snake.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh no, it's 70. Okay, well it's still pretty good for a rock snake.
Better than I would expect, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Cause it's 30 as a Steelix.
Oh, there's the turnaround. So the turnarounds are like, once you hit a certain level of friendship or something in this game, every time you use a super effective move or use a healing item in battle, Starmie will do this little turnaround and look at you like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, we're tight, we're homies.
It wants your approval.
Yeah, just wants your love and affection all the time. And there was actually like a significant amount of routing that went into delaying those turnarounds starting as late as possible. I probably don't need to save for this, but I'm going to anyway. And we purposefully use moves that aren't super effective for a lot of these last few fights, like wherever possible. Specifically to avoid the turnarounds. Because they actually, I think they're like 2 seconds each, so if you're getting, 5 turnarounds per fight, it adds up throughout the whole Elite Four.
I like how the poles, or the... I don't know what they're called, the little poles, but they have like a little flame in them.
I got the power of love. That's the other benefit of like having the high friendship threshold, is Starmie can just like randomly heal status conditions. And doing it on that turn means I delay using this X speed until the wheezing. And it can thunder, so it's a little scary, but we're good to go. As long as it doesn't paralyze me or crit me, then it's fine. If it paralyzed me, I would have just used a full restore.
Never ever say as long as it doesn't crit me or status me.
But...
Never ever. I say it every single time, and I get crit, and I'm so sad.
It's okay. We're safe. We only have to worry about Lance and Champion crits now. And those would never happen.
Yay!
It's actually a 1 in 24 chance, believe it or not.
Nah.
No, it is. It is. I looked it up yesterday.
Crits don't happen. They're not real.
No.
I was trying to look into some critical hit stuff and learn that they decrease the chance in Gen 7.
Thankfully.
So, aka they never ever happen. You never see them.
Yep. Alright. Now... these two fights are pretty scary, honestly.
Forgot you don't walk to Lance's room in this game.
Yeah, there's not like the long winding path.
Yeah, there's no cutscene for it.
I'm pretty sure my special attack is high enough that the Dragonite will not be a range. Which means this fight is not really scary. With worse...
You have that extra level too.
I'll probably be the same level I usually am for the Dragonite, because you usually level up right before it. But... I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I forget again.
It's too early in the morning.
Crit.
Oh no.
I thought those don't exist.
They don't. It was a text glitch. Nothing actually happened.
Two. 3.
We're finally learning how to count.
Wait, we're actually learning how to count?
Yeah, pay attention.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, if Starmie has bad special attack, this Dragonite is not always guaranteed to die. That's all I was gonna say. But yeah, I have high enough special attack that it will die. Guaranteed. So the rest of this fight is not scary, it's just spam Psychic and win. And this is a fight where we avoid a lot of turnarounds, because you could, like, Thunderbolt the Aerodactyl and Gyarados and Charizard, and they would all work, but you would get turnarounds on every single one. But we can Psychic it instead, Psychic everything, and it works. And no turnarounds. Saving like a fresh 6 seconds or something, or 8 seconds. Good job,
Surprised
Moltres.
Oh my god. Moltres is doing the true work behind this all, honestly.
Mhm.
Hey, Moltres is gonna be in that champion Hall of Fame screen.
Yeah, it's important.
They tried to bait you into thinking you're gonna fight Professor Oak.
Just like in Gen 7, basically.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Because, for those
With
who don't
Kukui.
know, spoilers, Sun and Moon, you fight the Professor as the champion.
Yeah, Kukui.
Not an Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, though.
No.
All right, last fight.
This
We're
fight is-
here.
And
'cause he has to set up a lot.
yeah, and I don't think we pointed it out, but when we were in Professor Oak's lab before Giovanni's gym, during that whole conversation, you got Mega Stones. There's Mega Evolutions in this
Mhm.
game. You get ones for like Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise, and your rival gets one for his Pidgeot. So he actually Mega Evolves for this fight, and it makes the setup a little scary. So Pidgeot does quite a bit of damage.
Also, he's very prone to crit a lot, which is
Yeah.
really annoying.
So, just like the last fight, we have to X special defend because his moves will just hit way too hard if we don't. So there's the Mega Evolution. It's gonna Air Slash us a bunch. Oh my god.
Those are really high rolls.
Yeah.
You're doing fine, Starmie, don't worry.
You usually have to use one Hyper Potion on this fight. Totally normal. The quick
Yeah.
attack is good. Got the quick attack
That's
crit.
a crit. I like that wasn't the air slash.
Okay, so we should be good from here. So I mentioned it earlier, but this Vileplume, we've seen it one time ever where it doesn't use the Solar Beam, but it is always going to use Solar Beam, pretty much always going to use Solar Beam. So we get a free setup turn,
99% of the time.
because it has
There we
to
go.
it has to
Yeah.
absorb the light to actually use Solar Beam. So we get a free setup turn to use that last special attack, and then can kill it before it actually gets the Solar Beam off. So the rest of this fight is free. We win. Game over. Again, use the X speed to be faster than the Jolteon because it has Thunder, and it would ruin us if it could actually use that Thunder. Yeah, that's pretty much the excitement of it. We're just going to go through the Hall of Fame cutscene after this fight is over. But I hope you guys like this run.
Kerbis is a great speedrunner. If you are not following him, you should definitely follow him for more Let's Go speedrun content. He's really good at this game.
Absolutely. Kerbis is so good.
He's the world record holder for Pika, as I mentioned earlier in the run. Very funny and chill dude, honestly.
Yeah,
Just like to just chill back, relax. He's your guy, honestly.
we love Kerbis.
And I will work on beating that EV time. It's gonna happen.
Oh my
It will.
One day I hope he speedruns Let's Go EV.
Sentimental music.
I
Conversation
cannot
with
hear it.
Professor Oak.
I cannot
We
hear
can
it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
barely hear it through you.
It's okay, I'm listening to my own music that I've been jamming out to for like the last 3 hours.
Yeah, we'll get to see Moltres in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doink, doink, doink.
Moltres is honestly the true champion in all of this.
Starmie did all the fights. Rapidash, let us go fast. Moltres sat and looked pretty.
Existed. Yeah.
And
There
time
you go.
3:13:30.
A
With
really
a-
good time, honestly.
with a Moltres
It's pretty
catch.
good, yeah.
Yeah. Ah, good stuff. I really love these credits. I think they're really cute.
They're so cute.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold things up too much longer because I know this marathon went very over schedule and they're itching to get on with the
At least plug the Pokemon Discord.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a new home, or a new recent home for Let's Go speedrunning, along with Pokemon Sword and Shield speedrunning. We've got a whole Discord for all Switch Pokemon games, and it's turned into a really good place, I think. So if you have any
It
interest
has.
in this game whatsoever, join us. You can find links to it on speedrun.com, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you can't, message me. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, we got you.
Also, the fact that like, if you ever wanted to speedrun Pokemon, this is probably the most beginner-friendly game out of all of the games.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's always my first recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very beginner friendly. You honestly don't have to do that much different from like the world record route to get started. But yeah, thank you guys for having me be here and be like the closing marathon run. And I hope the full day of championship races goes well. Shout out to Kangaskhan.
Shout out to Kerbis.
Shout out to Swift and Kerbis.
Shout out to my
Shout out to
good
Greta.
buddies Swift and Greta. Thank you guys for helping me.
Thanks for having us.
I don't even run this game.
Post that Discord link here in chat. I will do that. Good idea. Let's just get this link.
I would grab it. Hold on. Let me see. if
I
can
got it.
find-
I'm
okay.
on it. I got the
Well,
invite.
I am not Swift today.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it for us. Yeah. Have a good rest of the event.
Thank you guys.